can't get them to fix. Okay. All right, let me tell you something, a few things. First of all, these maintenance contracts, these service contracts suck, okay? They're not worth getting. Okay, I could have told you that in the beginning. Whether it's Sears or no matter who it is, they suck. They're bad. They don't work, especially with old appliances, because all they're going to tell you is it's normal wear and tear, or it's owner abuse or lack of maintenance, and they don't cover any of that. You probably never got service with this contract, and you never will. So how much have you paid for this contract?
This is not the first
All right, well, okay, good. At least, hold on. You got farther than most people. You can cancel after this, but at least get some service out of it. You have 2 new parts sitting in your home, and all you need are some clowns to come and fix it.
Yes.
All right, let's give this to Deputy Doc. He can get this done. What we're going to do is just tell the warranty company, come on, man, get somebody out there. Do I sound like Biden? Come on, man. Okay, listen, here's what I want to know. Molly, what is the name of the service contract you got?
Sears Home Warranty.
Okay. I want people to know that I'm not just picking on Sears. I'm telling you, home warranties suck. Molly, as soon as we get this fixed, you got to cancel it. Suzanne, let's give this to Deputy Doc. And Deputy Doc, I hope you're hearing this. Are you hearing this, Deputy Doc? This is crazy. She has a home warranty. We know how we hate those. And they even went so far as to order parts for her. They're sitting in her kitchen, but she can't get them to come out and install them. So I'm going to have you handle that. But you're on for another reason. We have a follow-up, right?
Yeah, this is a great follow-up.
Let me take Robert. Robert,
yeah.
When you first called, what was the problem, sir?
He just didn't answer me.
Was this which one was this? Was this the check?
It was the rebuilt motor that wasn't rebuilt.
Oh, that one. Okay. The so-called engine that was rebuilt that wasn't rebuilt, we fear all he did was shined it up and polished it. What was the name of that place again? Right. I'm looking for it.
Classic Performance.
Yes, Classic Performance. Well, what happened? What's the follow-up?
So he did send me some money on Venmo, which $900, and this was on Saturday. Then yesterday he went to my house and he paid me $1,900. So
well,
we agreed on $2,800, and that's it.
You know what? I'm actually shocked at this, Robert. Aren't you?
Yes, I am. He broke a lot of promises, and when he came through this weekend, I was like, you know what? Thank you. You know what?
I got to give the guy some credit. Hold on. What's his name?
His name's Eric Garcia.
His name is Eric Garcia.
You know what? I'm going to say Eric. This shows some character because he couldn't build the engine. He didn't do what he said, and he refunded the money. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, that's because you caught him. Right, Robert? You might feel the same way, right? I mean, so we have mixed feelings. But you know what? The guy made it right. What do you think went wrong? Did he ever try to explain it to you, Robert?
He did try to explain it. So what happened was he couldn't find an engine with aluminum heads. He found it with cast iron heads. And what happened is he didn't communicate with me at first saying, hey, it's going to be $1,000 more for aluminum heads. I would have said, cool. I would have had it for him, in a couple of days, but he didn't call me. He didn't do anything. So he made decisions on his own and decided to rebuild it himself. And that's where he went wrong. And he kept telling me, oh, I'm in the hole. I don't think I'm going to be able to refund you. And I was like, I can't do that.
How much did he refund you? How much did he refund you?
It was, the original bill was $3,200 and he refunded me $2,800, and I was just cool with it. I said, you know what, $400, whatever. I'm just going to leave it alone. It's only $400. It kind of sucks, but...
Hey, listen, you know what, though? I'm going to tell you that Doc and I,
We've seen our share of these clowns that walk away. There's something, you know what? I mean, that tells me something, okay? I'm not saying the guy's a Boy Scout, but it tells me something good, right? Don't you think so,
Yes.
Robert?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Well, Tom, we lit him up on Friday.
I know.
We had everybody calling him.
I know. Listen, I'm not pretending we didn't have anything to do with it, but the guy paid. Let's call good enough good. And we caught him. He got in over his head. He admitted it. He paid back. I'm Tom Martino. What a nice way to start out a Monday to add 1,600 to our total.
Or 2,800.
Cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now, but if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing...
How's it going now, Marky?
I got it up. It's just it's a fucking nightmare, man.
Okay, what went wrong?
I have no idea. That's the problem. I have no fucking idea.
And then it just...
I just got to get this cable to work. There's no one in here anymore, man.
Can you go downstairs, though? You're allowed to go down. Okay, I got 3 spots here. If you're looking for a loan, you know I'm very picky on the lenders I choose. I love Affordable Interest Mortgage and Kurt Rogers. Why do I love this place? Well, it's really easy. First and foremost, he works directly with his customers to get you the best loan possible for yourself. He has conventional, which are quite attractive now, up to 95%. He also has VA and FHA. They can do other things like the asset manager. The asset manager loan is basically a big line of credit that takes the place of your mortgage. You pay off your mortgage, and the rest of it stays there for emergencies. Or you can use it with the low interest of a home mortgage instead of the high interest of a credit card. And then, of course, you pay it off like you would a credit card. Affordable Interest Mortgage. AIMortgage.net. Someone you can trust. 720-895-0500. You know, you never start out the day thinking you're going to need a criminal defense attorney, or you are never ready for that call that says, Dad or Uncle or Grandpa, I need a criminal defense attorney. But there are people that get in trouble. There are people that are falsely accused. And for them, I say, don't shop under duress. I did the shopping for you. I've known Joe Lazzara for many, many years. You can call him. You can trust him. He's dependable, flat rate pricing, DUIs, tickets, whatever you have, disorderly conduct, 303-429-6200, and that's Joe Lazzara. Look for him at referralist.com. Referralist is the place for not just criminal defense attorneys, but all kinds of vendors like the Art of Granite. Let me tell you the quick hallmarks of the Art of Granite. First, you get prices on the phone, 303-386-5919. Second, they have any solid surface or stone at wholesale, or you bring your own stone. They don't care. You buy it at wholesale. They fabricate and install for you, and they don't charge for tear out and haul away. They don't charge for the bathroom when you do the kitchen. TheArtOfGranite.com. 303-386-5919. Get a price on the phone, 303-386-5919.
Water pressure. Is your water bill unexpectedly high? These are signs of pipe failure due to mark pipes. Only
look at Fox News. Do you see what it says on the bottom?
Copper will permanently solve the problem. Re-pipe specialist. Bill re-pipe your home.
So now you just got to show up at the border to get money. Awesome. I'm going. You with me?
You're free and home.
Can you believe that shit?
Low price.
Can you fucking believe it? They would pay you not to come in?
I mean, look at Tom. He's good for a couple of things.
Jesus.
When you think about home loans, think ideal home loans and the help they can give you.
The application process, we go through it line by line, and that really allows us to do an effective job to make sure we're doing what's in your best interest.
Call Brent Ivinson and his team at 303-867-7000, 867-7000. Ideal home going in your home.
Unfortunately, nearly every home show in the state at this time of year has been canceled. What about that, Todd? Well, Dad, let's bring the home shows to them. Right in your home, we'll lay out our tried and true methods and products, actual cabinet style and color selections, our countertop options, all of the updated looks to get that shower replaced, and an awesome digitally interactive window and door design process. And we'll bring the show shades right to you also. Folks, when you book your full project now for select install dates, you'll enjoy our traditional 8% home show savings. Call and check us out. Whether it's a kitchen, bath, some counters or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, Dad, as always, you have our word will treat you right at Denver. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Maybe we should get
Hi, this is Joe Cordell at the law
see that email from Bobby when we get him on for a few. Or do we got someone else on today? I don't know.
You need a partner that
I would love to get him on. You want to talk about the shortages?
Yeah.
Consider contacting.
Let's do it.
He says it's going to be a
We
big
help
Let's do it.
navigate complex legal matters.
Hey, try to get Logan on at some point today. He's ready.
It's about some coming shortages.
Cordell.com. 8101 East Prentice Avenue, Suite 475, Greenwood Village, Colorado, 80111. From the Exergent Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
This report is sponsored by the Outkick the Coverage.
Reboot your camera too,
Today is the calm before the storm. We'll have increasing clouds to high 52.
Tell me we're getting
for the rest of the
shit
week.
weather.
Rain, snow mix. I'm Fox 31, deployed weather meteorologist Brooks Garner.
Hey, it's Clay Travis from Outkick the Coverage. Be sure to listen to the Outkick the Coverage podcast for the most informed, outspoken, and fearless commentary in all of sports. Just search for Outkick the Coverage in the iHeartRadio app or wherever you go to get your podcast.
630 KHAL.
An iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You know, one thing the internet does that we've never been able to do in the past is find old friends. Is that the weirdest thing in the world? Have you ever done that, Mark? Now, I know
Sure.
you had a very non-conventional childhood like I did. Do they just find you? Did they just write to you or what?
No, I mean, I've looked to see what happened to people, say, in middle school and stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. I had kids, childhood friends that contact me. Of course, I've had lifelong friends that we've never lost touch with. Have you ever had one?
Yeah, I've got a good one in New Jersey, Anthony.
I have one that I grew up with from the crib on, and he's right here in Colorado. I mean, you know, we never lost touch ever. But it's funny, though, people you've never heard from, you wonder whatever happened to them. It's amazing how, you know the child, know the man, or know the child, know the person. That doesn't apply for me. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of kids that I thought were going to be in prison or dead, and they're like doing really good. I'd like to know stories, though. I really would. I would love to hear stories of people who have been reunited after years. I'd like to get you both on and hear the story. Really, I think it's fabulous. Now, what about if you know where someone is and you've seen them on social media? Maybe you let us call them for you. Huh? You want to have some fun? Hey, Rachel, what's going on with you? How can we help Rachel today?
Oh, hey, Tom, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What's going on?
Well, thanks for taking my call. So I'm having an issue with StubHub, and my curiosity, well, what happened briefly, 2019, we went in and we bought tickets for an Eagles concert at the Pepsi Center.
And the rest is history. It was canceled.
March 28th, 2020. So, I contacted the Pepsi Center around the 16th of March.
No one's keeping your money. Are they still keeping your money?
No, we were reimbursed.
Oh, okay.
We are whole.
Got it.
We got our money back,
all right.
So we thought, we're done with this.
Then what the heck is the problem?
Well, April 1st, we get an email from StubHub saying someone wants to buy our tickets.
A year later?
A year later.
Wait. This is sounds like an April Fool's joke, but you don't have a friend like Mark. Okay, so what happened then?
So I did some research and determined that, yes, we did get reimbursed. So then I went through my account.
Wait. Did they say, we want to buy your tickets? We know they're a year old. It may sound weird, but, I mean, did they address it at all?
No. I hadn't heard from them since I opened the account in March.
You haven't heard from who?
StubHub.
Well, who said they wanted to buy your tickets? StubHub?
They have a buyer. And what they do
that sounds so weird.
So what happened?
Is it a collectible item? Yes. Speed up. What happened? What was this all? I think it was a scam.
Well, we're back and forth with StubHub, and they say no. According to our seller, the seller policy, we have to produce the tickets.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Are they demanding that you buy them again?
Yeah, they're saying,
that's the biggest crock of crap I've ever heard in my life.
Well, it's causing a sleepless
Hold on. I'm going to have some ideas for you. You hang on. There's something wrong.
But they got refunded already. Who cares?
I know.
Why even messing with it?
No, because they're saying they're going to make them buy them so they can sell there's something fishy. Hold on. Hey, Bob Logan, Plumline Services. I want to get you on because you have some very interesting information that you got through the supply chains. We really need to talk about this. So when we talk about supply chains, of course, Bob, we talk about the supply chains in food, in clothing, in automotive, in mechanical household stuff. When it comes to Plumline Services, what supply chains could spell delays for homeowners in the future?
Sure, Tom. Well, as you know, microprocessors, semiconductors, all of our equipment these days is communicating, but also with raw materials, copper, steel, aluminum, producing those materials that we need. So, this actually started a year ago, and you actually warned me that this is coming.
Right. Here's why. Because the pandemic shut down all the factories, and I said eventually there are going to be a lot of people wanting things. Bob, I was criticized when I advertised for you, and I said, hey, you may want to think about furnaces and ACs before they become shortage. I had a guy in the business, a really good friend of mine. He called me and said, Tom, we don't have any shortages coming. And maybe I was too premature. Tell us what's happening.
Well, I was even in disbelief. But when we got hit last summer, and you can ask any consumer that tried to get air conditioners last summer, it was a nightmare. And the supply chains have not caught up. Even though they've reopened, people are going back to work. There's still shortage of materials, and there's still lack of equipment and parts.
Is there going to be a premium? Is there going to be a premium on pricing? Are your guys' wholesale prices going up? What's happening?
Our wholesale prices have gone up tremendously. So we've already had, this year alone, just on water heaters, we've had 2 increases. We did receive an increase in our furnace and manufacturing and all parts, really. Part of that is normal business, but it's gotten extreme because of all the shortages. So not only are prices going to continue to go up, but if you wait until, say, June or July to get an air conditioner, not only are you going to pay a lot more, you may not even be able to get it. And so we're obviously doing everything we can with our suppliers, and they're promising that they're doing everything on their side, but a lot of this is going to be out of our control. So I would just encourage people, be proactive. If you're even considering replacing an air conditioner or water heater or anything, start looking today. There may be some slight delays already, but start looking today. Find a good, reputable company, even if it's not Plumline, someone who stands behind their product and their workmanship, and get this done in the next couple of months, because coming June or July, it's going to be too late.
Now, and listen, I'm hearing this from all walks. I'm hearing this about cars. I'm hearing this about home services. I'm hearing this about a lot of stuff. And Bob, it's bound to catch up to us. So here's the deal. Do you keep air and furnaces literally in stock in a warehouse? Or do you have them at your supplier? How does it work?
So typically the supplier will stock these. We stock some. But typically we rotate through our inventory very quickly, anywhere from a week to 2, because we sell so much. Plus, when you look at something like a furnace or air conditioner, again, it's not one size fits all. So So you could go up and down a block, and they could be 10 different sizes and 10 different requirements.
What's Carrier telling you, let's say, as far as furnaces or AC?
Well, all they're saying is that we are producing as fast as we possibly can, and again, it's not just Carrier; it's all manufacturers. To your point, even on trucks, I replaced my fleet. We got over 100 trucks on the road now, and I've got not the dealers, but the manufacturers calling me and saying, "Hey, either these are going to be delayed another 12 weeks," or I actually had Ford call and say, "We're canceling part of your order.
Holy
crap! You won't get these trucks until 2022," and they've had check in hand with these orders since November. Now I'm getting notice that you won't get these trucks till 2022.
Let me ask you something. Since it's a weird time of year for HVAC, it's neither hot nor cold long enough to scare people. So, do you have any incentives to have people buy early?
We do. So if you buy a qualifying furnace and air conditioner, you get half off the air conditioner.
Okay.
So you can save quite a bit of money right now. And again, a lot of those incentives go away in the summer months because demand is so high.
All right.
Half off, which could save you over $2,000 on that air conditioner. So it's quite a savings.
Okay. So if you get a furnace, qualifying furnace, you get half off the air conditioner, and it's now only this month because you guys are talking about coming shortages. You know, it'll be interesting to babysit this. Keep us informed on this. Plumline Services can be reached at 303-586-1086. I've been with them since their inception. Jeff started out years ago with a van. Oh, my God. They're giant, growing. Okay, so 303-586-1086. We have more coming up. Stay tuned.
Did you get everything figured out?
Sure, you two have a great week. Bye. Do.
By independent optometrists or ophthalmologists. See store for details.
Zero Res Denver, the only way to clean your carpets. Listen, they have zero res, meaning no soaps, no emulsifiers, no chemicals. You're saying, well, how the hell do they get my carpets clean? They use a super softened alkaline water. It's a charged water. And no, seriously, it's safe and effective. The important thing, it truly dissolves dirt and grime and gets rid of it. It sterilizes your carpets. It's hot. It's clean. It dries faster. Your carpets stay clean longer. ZeroResDenver.com right now, $33 a room. That is so inexpensive. Just pick out some room areas, have it done, or maybe traffic areas. That's ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. All right, that's 303-471-5150, ZeroResDenver.com. If you're looking to sell your house fast, that means you don't want to do the commission thing. You don't want to do inspections. You don't want to do deferred maintenance. Let's just say you want to get out. Now, you can list it conventionally, but you have to do all those other things. If you don't want to, just for the heck of it, see what you can get today, this week, 800-44-BUYER. Homevestors will make you a real bid and not make you do anything. If you want to do it, fine. You're under no obligation. You'll never know till you try. 800-44-BUYER.
Are fears of a stock market downturn preventing you from investing? And speaking of old friends finding each other, I got a quick 30-second story. Steve Kelly, Tim Casava, from Flint, Michigan. Ann Trujillo, you know Ann. Her husband, Mike Kalush, you know him?
Yeah. No, I know of him.
Okay. From Flint. Well, they were together doing something. This is years ago, but once Steve was already here working the radio, meets Ann, meets Mike. They're talking about where they're from. I'm from Flint. Wow, hey, man, same here. Whereabouts? Oh, the whatever neighborhood. Well, me too. Well, I grew up kind of at the corner of 4th and Main. Me too. They were both. Did you know the Skowronski family or whatever? You know, some Polish. I used to play in their backyard. So did I.
Oh no.
Did we know each other as toddlers? They did. They grew up together, didn't know each other at all.
That's crazy.
They moved away and then met here. Steve and Mike.
Engines.com. If you've ever sold a
I
home,
thought that was a good one.
Yeah.
from the prep work to the open houses, not to mention the surprise showings. What if I told you there was a stress-free way to buy and sell a home? Well, go to Orchard.com. Their Move First service helps you buy, then list your old home once you're all moved out. That means you'll never have to deal with showings, open houses, double moves, or double mortgages. And to make sure you get the best possible price, Orchard can also handle making repairs or updates, so your home is list ready. Joe, a recent Orchard client, said, "With Orchard, we got our new home for $10,000 less and got asking price on our old one. Highly recommend." Cabot, another client, said, "We didn't have to carry 2 mortgages, didn't have to rush to move, and most importantly, we beat out 7 other offers for our new home." Go to Orchard.com now, enter your address, and get started with a free valuation. It's that easy. That's Orchard.com. Again, Orchard.com.
If you drive a car, truck, SUV, or vehicle of any kind, then you need the Get Upside app, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. People all over America are earning as much as $300 a year in cash back just by buying gas.
I always use the Get Upside app. Some months I make $200 to $300.
I love the Get Upside.
Yeah, StubHub, it says here. StubHub says that they cancel tickets for me, but now they're saying, this is online, now they're saying that's not true. They said,
cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use
Here's the
promo
thing.
code CASHBACK for a 25-cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon cash back on your next fill up. Cash out anytime using PayPal or an e-gift card to Amazon, Starbucks, and other brands. Earn cash back with every fill up. Download the free Get Upside app and use promo code CASHBACK.
updated their policy
Promo
did. Instead of full
code
refunds, they
CASHBAck.
canceled the event. Okay, never mind.
Hi, I'm host Robin Roberts, and on a new podcast from iHeartRadio, COVID-19, Immunity in Our Community, we'll hear from Americans on the front lines and the doctors and medical experts who convince them and their loved ones to roll up their sleeves and get vaccinated. Listen to COVID-19 Immunity in Our Community on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Immunity
We can do this.
How's that?
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Well, I'm reading online all kinds of people having problems getting a refund from StubHub, but Rachel said they got a refund. They bought tickets to an event in 2019 that was supposed to be, the event was supposed to take place in March of 2020. Of course, COVID hit, the pandemic, and Rachel says she got a refund. But the queer thing is, she says now someone contacted her saying, we want to buy those tickets. Now, why would they want to buy canceled tickets? And what's further strange is that Rachel says now StubHub is saying, well, because someone wants to buy those tickets, even though there was no concert, we're obligated to reprint them, charge you for them, and sell them. That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. Is that really what you're being told, Rachel?
Well, what they're saying is if we don't produce tickets that they can present to the buyer, they're going to go out and buy tickets.
And charge them to you.
Yeah.
But hold on. Then did you say to them, well, hold on a second. What forces you to sell tickets to begin with? What if I bought tickets and just wanted to tear them up? What requires me to buy tickets to sell to them? That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. This sounds like a scam to me, Rachel. Now, Suzanne, what were you dying to say?
I think what happened is they bought the tickets, then they contracted with StubHub to resell them for them. Then they opted to get a refund, but they never told StubHub that they got a refund on their tickets.
How did you figure all that out?
Is rescheduled is, I think, what's happened here.
Well, what made you think of all that?
Just looking at the emails she sent between her and StubHub.
Okay, so Rachel, is that true? Did you contract to have StubHub sell these tickets?
Right.
Well, you didn't tell me that part.
And did you ever cancel with StubHub saying you no longer wanted to sell them?
Well, no, because...
Right.
Then how did you get a refund? If you told StubHub to sell those tickets, why did StubHub refund them to you?
Well, no, I never said StubHub did. The tickets, when you go to buy them at an event at the Pepsi Center, Ball Arena now, you have to go through Ticketmaster.
Okay.
So we bought them through Ticketmaster, and then we contacted the Pepsi Center, and when they said no, the concert
was canceled. Yeah.
And then we said, okay, and then we got our money back from Ticketmaster like 2 months later. We
Okay.
said, okay.
All right. Thank you.
And we forgot we had the tickets posted.
All right. Hold on. That's, you know what? We can't help you, Rachel. I'm sorry. We can't. You forgot they were posted. Now somebody wants to buy them because it was rescheduled and you don't have them to sell. I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
okay?
she already got refunded. I still don't understand the issue.
Because she is advertising something to sell with StubHub. StubHub went out and found a buyer. And now that buyer is saying, I want my tickets. So they're going to have to go out and buy them. And when they do, I'll bet you there is something in the agreement that says, if you list tickets with us and you don't have them, we're going to charge you for them.
That's exactly what it says, Tom. She should have canceled and said, we don't want to sell them anymore.
She forgot she had them listed. And Rachel, I know you didn't mean this, but you did kind of mislead us. I mean, I repeated it more than once. I said, you mean to tell me that you bought tickets as StubHub, then they canceled the event, and StubHub refunded your money. Now StubHub wants your money back again. No, now you didn't mean it maybe, Rachel, because it was confusing. But to be clear, she bought her tickets at Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster refunded the money. Now she's got to make good for something she promised StubHub. Now, it's between you and StubHub. StubHub should just tell that person, we don't have the tickets. That's what they should do. Okay, we got to go through and answer these questions. People have been waiting. Amber, what's happening with you? Hello, Amber.
Hi.
What's happening?
I went to Wheel and Tire World in Pueblo and paid $1,400 cash for a new set of tires, and the owner has now just up and left, won't give me my money back.
Holy crap. Wait a minute. In Pueblo, what's the name of the shop?
Wheel and Tire World of Pueblo.
And when did you pay the money?
The Friday before Easter. And I was told that my tires would be in on Monday and they would be installed on Monday.
What's the guy's name that owned the place? Do you know?
Eddie Anbar.
Anbar. And what happened to him? Where is he?
I can't get a hold of him. I've tried to message him on Facebook. He's blocked me.
Is it completely vacant, this place? He moved out?
Nope. There's a manager that's still trying to hold the place together.
Well, wait a minute. Well, then they didn't close.
The business didn't close. The owner just took off. He just goes missing for days, takes money.
Oh, hold on. So they didn't close. Just the owner. No. Is the owner still the owner?
As far as I know. I filed a police report.
Hold on. Why not? How did you pay?
Cash.
Do you have a receipt?
Yes.
I think if you went to small claims court, you'd get a judgment, and you'd have to. And if they have money coming in, you got to get paid. I mean, what does the guy there? What does the manager say?
That he just keeps telling me the tires will come, he'll handle it, and every day I call or I've gone down there.
Did he tell you the owner took off? I mean, where'd you get the story about the owner?
Yes, I've heard that people in the back that work on the tires just quit, And the one guy trying to hold it together just keeps telling me, oh, they'll come in, we'll get it handled. And
we need to call the guy trying to hold it together. We need to call that guy. Hold on, Suzanne, let's give this to somebody to call this guy. Man, this is wrong. Now, I feel sorry for the manager if he's trying to hold it together, but if the owner took off and he's a clown, we got to find the owner. But we also have to help this person. I'm Tom Martino. All right, what about taxes and minor children? That coming up.
KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear Ross Kaminsky in the morning, Dan Kaplis in the afternoon.
Holy crap. KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station, available on over 2,000 devices. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses. From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, let's start off with the good news. Just got word from CDOT that crash westbound 6th Avenue at Wadsworth has been cleared. All lanes are back open. Still residual backups to about Federal. It should start to improve on the front end of that. In the Tech Center, got a crash clogging up the drive. Northbound I-25 at Arapahoe. The two left lanes are blocked. Solid backups past Dry Creek, so watch out for that. Earlier problems at Santa Fe and Mississippi have been cleared. Speeds at that stretch are improving. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, going to be mostly sunny today with a high near 50. Right now it's partly cloudy in the Mile High City, and we're sitting at 34. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
The prosecution seems to have it together at this chopper thing, or whatever that is.
That's not just a better deal. It's America's best. Book your exam online today.
In certain states, eye exams.
That's what they said about the OJ trial, the first 10 days.
Who's my landscaper? Mr. Green Jeans. You know what? I've given his name out privately a few times in the past week. This is the time of year everyone's looking for a landscaper. Good news. Mr. Green Jeans, who's been around about 20-something years, he has openings. And when I say he, I'm talking about Bob Dalbott, the owner. Tammy runs it along with Bob and their son Travis and their wonderful crew. I use Mr. Green Jeans for cleanup, aeration, tree and shrub care, sprinkler installation, fertilizer treatments. They're our landscapers and should be yours since 1991. Mr. Green Jeans, LLC.com, 303-426-4945. Okay, if you're feeling a little down and out, it could be dehydration. And you know what? You can get hydration therapy, an IV drip, in your home, in the comfort of your home, even same-day appointments, a medical professional, and it's all for the same exact price, or not the exact, but around the same price you would pay in a hydration bar. No need to spend any more to get that convenience in your home. That's Rocky Mountain IV Medics.com, 720-987-2155.
The Good Assassin's Hunting the Butcher podcast is part spy thriller, part detective story. Best-selling author and journalist.
Okay. I need water.
Undercover operation to track down a Nazi killer.
So bizarre to me that it couldn't have been real. But in 1964, the Israelis decided that Herbert Zuckers had to die.
Listen to The Good Assassin's Hunting the Butcher on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. It's such a beautiful night. Look at the stars.
They're amazing. Did you know 20% of stars have planets orbiting them capable of sustaining life?
How did you know that? We must spend a ton of time reading.
Not at all. I use Blinkist.
Blinkist?
Yeah, it's an app that takes key insights from over 4,000 nonfiction bestsellers and gathers them into 15-minute blinks for you to read or listen to. With Blinkist, you can learn the main points of an entire book in just 15 minutes, as opposed to days or weeks.
What kind of books?
Nonfiction books in over 27 categories, from personal development, history, management, investing, philosophy, and more. Books like A Beautiful Mind, The 4-Hour Work Week, Economics, and Safety. Blinkist makes it easy to learn about pretty much anything.
Like the stars?
Even the stars. Right now, radio listeners get 25% off, plus 1 free week, and you go to Blinkist.com/relax. To get this special offer, go to Blinkist.com/relax. Blinkist.com/RELAX. You know why I do commercials for Simply for Kids Act?
Was CenturyLink bought out by Lumen? Is that?
Boy, I do not know.
You don't know the answer to that.
No.
Okay. Oh.
Sorry.
Okay. Amber, I'm not going to hold you any longer. I'm still not sure which of my deputies is taking your case yet. One of them will be in touch here shortly. Yeah, just one of our show investigators that help us out with the show and help us with cases. We call them deputies. Okay, hang on just a minute then. I'm seeing if one deputy is going to...
Yeah. So to give you an idea, the last version we bought was 2018, and it was $400. And you didn't have to do shit. You just installed it, you get updates. Well, they're discontinuing it in May, so we've got to upgrade. And the only part that would affect us is the online banking, which of course we have to have. So by getting rid of the online banking, they kind of force you to buy a new one. So I've been looking at the new one, which is 21. They want $299
a month,
but it's only good for a year. No, it's for a year. Oh. Yeah, but the other one was $399, and it was good for ultimately 4 years. It just irritates me.
Yes.
And the reason we don't use online is because you can use, if you have the desktop version, you can have multiple companies, so you can open up 5 different companies, create 5 different companies.
Yes. And
on the online version, it's just you pay per company. You follow what I'm saying? So that's why we've always used the desktop.
It's $3.99 per company?
No, with the desktop version, it would still be.
No, I meant with the online, the new one coming. Is it the full price per company?
No, it would be, if you buy the desktop version, I assume, that's a good question, you can still have multiple companies. If you go purely with their online model.
But we have to do online, right? We have no choice, you said.
No, we have no choice but to pay the subscription fee each year for it. Just your best Office 365. It's exactly what they're doing.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Frank Duran, the real estate man, will give you free market valuations of your home, and I mean free with no obligation, and it's better than Zillow, better than appraisals, because he gives it based on sales and his experience. It's free. Now, and it's just something to evaluate based on how he would list it and sell it, and there's no obligation. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Ben, what is your question?
My question, Tom, is I got a 17 and a almost 18-year-old son that works part-time. Everybody's telling me he should start filing taxes on his W-2. We got him as exempt. I'm wondering, and then he turns 18 in June. I'm wondering if we should do that or we should leave him exempt until he's 18.
Mark, you had a child go through this. He was working. What did you do?
It just all depends. You got to ask your accountant. In our case, we couldn't claim him anymore because he made too much money. We simply could not claim him as a dependent.
Even if he is underage, or is that only when he's 18?
I don't think they can file on their own underage. I don't think if you're under 18, you can't file.
Right.
You're a dependent.
So how old is your child right now?
He's 17, but he'll be 18 in June.
Okay, well, he'll be 18 in the tax year. That's what counts. So it's then a matter of bookkeeping.
It's all going to come down to, does it make sense for him to file or for you to take the tax credits?
Now, if he let me ask you this, Mark. If he takes the tax credits for the son and puts them under his, what happens to that income?
Well, it's still the kid's income, and he'll still get a return on it. I mean, depending on what he did. But he's basically your, what do you call
it?
You're dependent, yeah.
So, but that kid's... Go ahead.
But filing an exam, making, well, the half a year making under the $12,000 that he could under exam, does that go towards his taxes, or?
Well, first of all,
once he goes full time.
First of all, when he is working, are they taking taxes out right now?
They should be.
No, no.
Is it okay? He's an independent contractor.
No, he's files exempt.
No, I'm asking. Does he?
Student.
Is he making money?
Yeah, he's making money.
Okay. Well, what does he do with the income? Does he get a 1099?
No, he don't get nothing. It just because it's an exam.
There's no such thing as exempt for income, okay? Unless it's under $600. So now, let me ask you, what do you mean he's exempt? He's not exempt.
He's saying he's exempt under the $12,000 a year, but you could have 50 W-2s.
Yeah. So but he still has to be issued something if he makes over $600 from one source. So where does he make his money?
He makes it from a regular job.
So he gets a W-2.
So he gets a W-2 then?
Yeah, he gets a W-2.
And they don't take out taxes because why?
Because he's a full-time student.
Okay. And because he's making student has nothing to do with it.
I know. You're just a little confused on this. My kid's a full-time student, but he made almost $100,000. And I guarantee he got taxed.
So, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what you do, Ben, is you have to see how much tax is taken out on your kid. When he goes to file, he puts down 0 exemptions. He doesn't even claim himself. And then he might have to pay some, or he gets less of a refund. And then you take him as an exemption. You check with an accountant to see if it's wiser for him to take it or for you to take it. It's the exemption. But the income, if it's more than 12, whatever the threshold is, he has to file no matter what. But you're saying he's not going to make over 12, right?
No.
Okay, then it doesn't matter at this point. So the only option you do have...
He still has to file, though.
Okay. When do you not have to file?
I think under $600.
Okay. So he still has to file, but he doesn't pay any tax.
Okay.
All right? So really, I can see no benefit, Mark, for him filing himself.
He can.
Yeah.
He's 17.
No, he'll be 18 in the tax year. I don't see any benefit for him filing because he's not going to save anything. He's not paying anything.
Here's a reason why you might want to, but you can't, because what I'm referring to is last year. If he was 18 last year, you could go ahead and he would actually get the stimulus money.
Right. All right. I hope that didn't confuse you too much, but basically, he is your dependent or not. And your accountant would know what's best. But since he's not going to pay tax anyway, make him your dependent. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-TALK.
713-8255.
I think where you're confused on that is, I think he's talking about filing now for last year, and the kid was 17 all last year. I don't think he's talking about next year.
Okay. He's going to be in June. You're right.
People get so funky when it comes to filing. It's not hard to remember. It's the year before.
Well, yeah, because that's when the year is complete.
He also does probate and trust administration, including litigation against someone contesting a will.
I wonder why.
So, does Miles have to pay? Does he end up paying, or does he get refunds?
When he was under us, when he was under 18, he would get a refund in his own name, everything. Absolutely.
But he filed, but you took him as an exemption.
We still took him as an exemption.
But if he made over a certain amount, there was no tax due.
All the liabilities and all the assets.
He always made enough. He always paid taxes, so I don't know what that guy's talking about. I've never heard of even someone making $12,000. I don't know. Maybe if you're part-time and they know you're not going to make over $12,000.
Yeah, that's what I don't that's the part I didn't get.
But how do they know he doesn't have 2 other jobs?
I know it.
So I don't know. Unless the kid said, they usually don't let you say, don't take anything out. I mean, and they always take Social Security. I don't think anybody's exempt from that, are they?
Killed a black man during a traffic stop. ABC's Alex
I don't know.
According to the Brooklyn Center Police Department.
But no, Miles always got his own.
Okay, there's a traffic stop.
Then shot the driver. Police say paramedics attempted life-saving measures.
I don't know anything about it. Kind of what happened? Did the guy have a gun, or what's the gig? Do you know?
Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin is on trial. COVID cases are rising in 31 states. Michigan is seeing the biggest spike. 39 states have now expanded vaccine eligibility to everyone 16 years and older. President Biden is hosting a bipartisan meeting today.
National Guard deployed.
Our police, this is a ask, are they afraid of black guys or what? Or is that a myth? Or
I don't know.
reality?
I don't know what happened.
Behind the sabotage. No one
I'm sure some are, and I'm sure some aren't.
Yeah. After a 3-month lockdown, UK pubs are serving pints. ABC's Tom Rivers in London.
The big countdown, then...
Ladies and gentlemen, take your seats. Have a first drink. Please come down.
The wait's been long, but finally the subs are flowing, the pints are being raised again.
We're all going to be a lesson.
It's not really pushable yet, isn't it? That's the thing. We've all missed it, but I know we've had to, and we're still going to be sensible, we hope. We don't want another doctor. As long as people don't have too much, I think everyone's just looking forward to getting back to normal again.
Only some 40% of pubs here have beer gardens. Many others will remain closed until next month, when indoor pub drinking returns. Tom Rivers, ABC News, London.
President Biden's dog Major will be getting some additional training to help adjust to his new life in the White House. The 3-year-old German Shepherd has been involved with 2 biting incidents at the house. No matter.
2 biting incidents. Any other dog, they'd fucking put him down.
Good predictor of the Oscars. Will Reeve, ABC News.
Did you hear that? 2 biting incidents, and that dog's still going.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker.
Have you learned anything?
EPI.com.
The driver had a outstanding warrant. Police tried to arrest him, but the driver re-entered the vehicle and drove away. An officer fired at the vehicle, striking the driver. Police said the vehicle traveled several blocks before crashing into another vehicle. A female passenger sustained non-life injuries. I wonder how that works. So, if the guy jumps in his car and takes off, I don't think you're supposed to be shooting, are you?
I fucking don't know.
What if someone's running from you?
I don't think so, yeah. Unless if they knew, like, he had a weapon and he could be dangerous to somebody else. I don't know.
He's chasing somebody?
Yeah, that's that new one.
Tommy, the lady didn't want to hold, but wanted you to clarify, what is a single woman supposed to do? She can't fix her own appliances, and you're saying those warranty contracts are useless.
Right.
And I said, well, they're kind of like car warranties. By the time you pay for them, you might as well pay your one-shot repair.
Plus, they don't even pay.
And she said, but I can get a 3-year warranty, extended warranty for $34.
Except they don't well, hold on. If you buy a brand new appliance,
That's what she's talking about.
Well, that's a little different than the service contract. That's different.
I don't know.
I don't know if maybe you could
I
just
sure
clarify
wouldn't
that.
buy it from Sears.
No, I wouldn't buy it either.
They're not going to be around.
She wasn't asking about
But
Sears.
there's
She was
two
just saying
different
in
things,
general.
So I may talk about that.
Okay.
Now, isn't that question sexist just in general? What is a woman to do? What is a single woman to do? If you said that, you'd be a sexist, right?
Yeah.
Legitimately. Now, if you were saying it about Dan, it wouldn't matter.
No.
Right now it's partly cloudy and 34. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Wagner, 630 K-How.
There are big news stories that big tech and liberal media hide from you every day. We tell you what those stories are on the Ben Ferguson Show podcast. Download the Ben Ferguson podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts.
Oh my God, this computer is so slow.
No, what I want to know is, there was another shooting too in Minneapolis. Look, here's the shooting. Look, up there.
First of 5 successful businesses, I foolishly did my own accounting. I stuck the more difficult tax forms in a drawer for later, which caused the tax man to come. That little mistake took an entire team of accountants weeks to prevent the tax man from clubbing me.
Look at him, okay? So they got him out.
Use Patriot's accounting software because it's easy,
And they're handcuffing them.
To use the same accounting software you use.
I've had you guys for numerous years. You're too expensive. So.
The club. Go to PatriotSoftware.com.
So they cuffed him.
Radio and get 2 months of accounting.
And he got away.
That's Patriot Software.
For how much?
And he drove away. Holy shit.
Denver's Talk Station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website.
Yeah, that's what drives me crazy about you guys. All of a sudden I look down, I get charged $400, and then I got to spend an hour and a half on the phone. So
this is the Troubleshooter Show.
Talk 303-713-8255. Welcome, and how are you doing? This hour brought to you by GenesisTotalExteriors.com for everything inside and outside your home. Home improvements with a smile, with honesty, with ethics. Genesis. Look for him at referralist.com. Genesis Total Exteriors, but he does kitchens, baths, basements too. Of course, stucco, painting, siding, windows, doors. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. All right, listen. Before the break, I think we got a little confusing when we were talking about filing taxes. Do minors file tax? And when do you file? When do you select them as dependents? And how much is the threshold for filing?
It's pretty strange with the dependent question.
I think we need to clarify all of that, but Chris has a comment first. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I just wanted to make two fast comments. One, his son most likely filed exempt on his W-4. That's why his employer would not pull out.
Now, what does that mean, exempt on the W-4?
On your W-4, you basically figure out how many dependents and how many exemptions or how many...
Yes.
How many qualified exemptions you would have for your taxes. Like if you have 2 kids, you would put down that you would claim yourself and your 2 kids, and then you would claim 3. But because he was only making so little money, he knew he was, and he was a full-time student, he probably wrote exempt on his W-4, so his employer would never pull out any taxes because that's what the law says for him to do.
Okay, because he would never end up paying the tax anyway.
Right, correct. And that's something the IRS allows you to use your honor to determine, but then if you wind up owing over $600 in taxes, the following year the IRS can make it mandatory, or you'd have to do estimated tax payments. So you want to be careful when you play with W-4s.
Now, what business are you in, Chris?
I do financial advising, and I own my own business.
Well, Chris, let me ask you something then for a shortcut in case you know.
Okay.
It says here online that everyone has to file tax under the age of 65 and are not blind if they make more than the standard deduction.
Correct.
Okay. So in 2020, the standard deduction is $1,100. So you have to make the standard deduction for single dependent is $1,100 in 2020. If you make more than $1,100, you have to file tax, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what if you make more? Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What if you're
what I was going to say is, that's just the deduction. You have 2 different deductions. You get your dependent deduction or you get your standard deduction, plus you get your deduction for yourself.
Right. Your deduction for yourself I'm talking about. So
right.
If you make more than that, you have to file tax. If you're 17 and you make more than that, like if you're 16 or 17 and you make $100,000, do you have to file tax? Of course you do, right?
You still file taxes, but your parents can also still claim you. It's just on your individual tax return, you check that box that says, can you be claimed as a dependent on someone else's tax returns, and you say yes.
So you don't claim yourself?
Right. You can no longer claim yourself because your parents would still be claiming you.
But if your parents don't claim you, you can claim yourself even if you're a minor?
Correct.
Okay. And so that's clarified. So really, with minor children who make some pretty good money, it's really a tax decision on how it benefits the family most.
Right. What I used to do with my kids was I figured out our taxes with us claiming them as dependents and with them claiming themselves as dependents. And whichever one gave us the most money back,
okay,
that's the way we would file. And if I owed my kids a couple bucks, I would give them a couple extra bucks.
So then to clarify, to claim you're exempt from tax, under what conditions have to exist?
That's a W-4 form. That's something entirely different. That's when you fill out the ruler worksheet that you can go online and pull up a W-4, and it will basically ask you, like, if you're married, put in this number. How many dependents do you have? You put in this number. And then it says, or if you expect a full refund, just write exempt. So if you expect a full...
Tom, it just calculates what they think they should withhold in tax, your employer.
Right, exactly. And many times they don't withhold anything if you're not going to end up paying anyway.
If let's say a 17-year-old does make $100,000 and doesn't pay any taxes throughout the year because he filled his W-4 out with 1,000 dependents or whatever it is, how would the feds actually hold him responsible as a minor for owing that? Wouldn't that tax debt go away when he turns 18?
That I can't answer. I don't see how, because he would still be claimed under his parents' tax returns, and then his parents' AGI would. No, I don't know.
I don't know, Mark. You're saying because legally a minor cannot be held responsible for a debt.
That's right.
How can he be held responsible for a tax debt? I love that question. I'm going to ask.
Yeah, but
we
that
got to
might
ask.
also be considered like fraud.
Yeah, no, I understand. But can he be held responsible for fraud? Probably. I don't know. We're going to find that out. That's a good question. Hey, Chris, ask Chris to hang on to listen to line 1. All right? Ask him. And then let's talk to line 1. Hey, I'm just for the heck of it, this caller seems to know what he's doing. We're going to have him stay. What is your question, Tim?
Yeah, I'm asking about a PPP loan.
What about it?
I was at a birthday party, and I'm a realtor, and somebody says, hey, have you got your PPP loan? And I don't have any employees, so I said, nah, I don't need anything. He's like, why not? It's free money. The government's giving free money to everybody, and they're not going to collect it, so why not get it?
Now, there are certain truths to that and certain non-truths. First, when we're talking about a PPP loan, you have to use it for certain things for it to be forgiven. Okay? Chris, do you know about PPP loans? If not, we can go to somebody. Chris?
I know very little about them. Okay. In my business, I didn't apply for one. I went for an EIDL loan instead.
Yeah, but PPP loans, here's what we're going to do. Thank you, Chris. Tim, we're going to get our expert on if you hold on. But a PPP loan in general, when people are listening, a PPP loan is a business loan that's supposed to help you because of the pandemic, and it's supposed, in order for it to be forgiven, you can't use it for just anything.
You can use some of it for rent, but what it is a paycheck protection program. It's so you don't have to fire your employees and they get on unemployment.
So I'm not sure, Tim, how you would use it as a self-employed. But hold on, and we'll ask someone about that, okay? 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Right, just tell me if Eric's coming on. I can ask him. And speaking of financial advice, Jordan's on with us. Hey, Jordan, how are you? Hey, Jordan, the income, like when somebody has a Become the Banker policy and they have earned a certain amount of interest through the year, do they have to claim that on any taxes?
They do not, no. With the Become the Banker, that's the beauty of it, is you don't get any tax forms at the end of the year. It grows tax-free, and they're able to pull it out tax-free. So you're absolutely right on that. They did not have to claim it. But again, I want to warn people out there, the listeners, that there are other policies and programs out there that are taxable, and you want to be safe. And you want to know that you're in the right policy and the right program.
What makes it? Wait a minute. What makes it tax-free, or it technically tax-deferred? I understand you can get it out tax-free. We'll go over that. But what makes it tax-deferred?
Yeah, it's called the MEC guideline, or the Modified Endowment Contract Guideline, and this is really what the IRS has put in place to make sure that that basically that there's not a huge tax loophole that is uncontrollable. They have some rules in place, and a lot of it deals with the death benefit and that premium, as well as the cash value that you're putting into it. So your death benefit always has to be higher than your cash value, a certain percentages. And
so in other words, you can't get a life insurance policy for $10,000 and then overfund it by $1 million. They want they want to keep it within reality, although it's pretty damn generous, isn't it?
It is. It is pretty generous, but going back to that original statement I said, there are some companies and some policies that fall off that MEC guideline, and they are MEC policies, and some people don't realize that, and they will be due taxes in the future if they ever have the IRS, come after them or any of that.
The only way to get a tax-deferred account, which you turn into tax-free, which is non-qualified, is to get a balance, a certain balance between the benefit and the life insurance benefit and the total investment.
Right, and the cash growth, correct. Yeah, the cash accumulation and how much they dump into it, all of that. So that's what we work on when we meet with our clients, is kind of figure out what that guideline is and really how people want to max it. But just like you said, it's generous. As long as you're working with the right advisor, the right person who knows how to do this, most clients don't even realize that that's an issue.
All right, we have more coming up. We're going to get our expert on PPP loans and answer questions about that, too. I'm Tom Martino.
What do you get when you talk to a Dell Technologies advisor? You get someone who understands there's an art to listening, who's able to hear more than what's being said, and can provide tailored small business solutions.
Yeah, no matter how much I go over this PPP shit,
Let's get started.
weren't we looking into it at one time and then we decided it's too much trouble, right?
No, you can't be. You gotta be making less.
Fix it 24/7. In fact, I'm going to tell you something. George was the very first one, the owner of Fix It, to tell me, the very first one a year ago, that we are going to be facing shortages when it comes to furnaces, water heaters, and everything else. And he faced criticism in the industry because he said that. And he said, buy now and save money. If you're looking for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drain work, Fix It 24/7. It's only going to get worse as things get hotter. FixMyHome.com. Fix It 24/7 can be reached by the phone number we're going to give you for a $39 service call. For everything included is to find that problem and give you a complete set of solutions. If you decide to have work done, there's no charge for that call. If you have the work, if you don't have the work done, that's all you pay is $39. 720-526-3939. All right. Affordable interest mortgage. Boy, that name really is apropos nowadays with rates so low. And with AImortgage.net, you're going to be handled just perfectly with Kurt Rogers for whatever you need. If you need a conventional loan up to 95%, he's happy to do that for you. What if you want an FHA or VA loan? He's an expert at those, and he can also do the asset manager, the most unique loan out there. That's a big, giant line of credit that pays your first, right? So now you have a line of credit. You can pay it up and down as you see fit. You can borrow from it if you need it. You can pay it down for just a few days a month if you want with your paycheck to reduce interest. It's totally liquid. To find out more, go to Affordable Interest Mortgage. That's AImortgage.net, 720-895-0500.
Rocky Baseball is back, and a limited number of tickets are available for their second homestand. Be at Coors Field to see Trevor Story, Charlie Blackman, Rydell Tapia, and the
Send me your agreement. I think all the fixes are done. I want to make sure. You know what I'm talking about? The endorsement link.
Oh, okay. Send me the one that I use. Okay.
Yeah, send it just like I'm the customer.
I am going to.
We're gonna
I'm gonna do it with my whatchamacallit, with my my little form.
Exactly.
Compose. I'm gonna find my template. And
salary-based lending specialist today at 303-867-7000. Be sure to ask about our 3-week closing guarantee.
What's up, Daphne?
We will underwrite and approve your loan ahead of time so that you can go out in the competitive market and make an offer that's like making an offer.
No, I did not.
Gone are the days of getting caught up in the bidding war. With Ideal Home Loans, you don't have to. And if you need help with a real estate agent, we can refer you to one that we trust who can walk you through the whole process. Call today at 303-867-7000.
Who is it?
Idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA.
But you never signed it?
For terms and conditions, call
If you drive a car, truck, SUV, or a vehicle of any kind, then you need the Get Upside app. The free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. People all over America are earning as much as $300 a year in
Dan
cash
did
back.
one,
Just
and
by
then
buying
I
gas.
did one.
I always use the Get Upside app. Some months I make $200 to $300.
Well, Dan sold his, and I sold mine. Of course you did. I sold one last week.
There's no cash. It's real money, and you get your cash back right away.
Well, that's what I
Download the
sell
free
one.
Get Upside
And
app now
why
in
would
the
I?
App Store, Google
Why would I
Play,
take
to
one
save
that
up to
Dan sold and
25
give it
cents
to
a
you?
gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code CASHBACK for
No.
25 cent a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon cash back on your next fill up. Cash out anytime using PayPal or an e-gift card to Amazon, Starbucks, and other brands. Earn cash back with every fill up. Download the free Get Upside app and use promo code CASHBACK. Promo code CASHBACK.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
Are you in front of email?
Breathe out and repeat after me.
Let me look, and I'll either text you back or email you.
Pay for what you need. Customizes your car.
Well, I probably do, but I have my phone silenced. I just happened to see your it lit up when you called.
No, seriously, it's making a mess.
All right, bye.
From the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center. This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Today is the calm before the storm. We'll have increasing clouds, the high 52. For the rest of the week, rain, snow mix. I'm Fox 31 weather meteorologist Brooks Garner.
There are big news stories that big tech and the liberal media hide from you every day. We tell you what those stories are on the Ben Ferguson Show podcast. Download the Ben Ferguson podcast on the iHeartRadio
finally.
Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts right now.
630 KHAL, an iHeartRadio station.
My computer's all locked up.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Renew Home Innovations. Renew Home Innovations for new wet space in the bathroom. If you have a shower you want to renew, or a tub or a shower tub combo you want to renew, and you want to put in new, beautiful, up-to-date showers, perimeter drains, low threshold, zero threshold, glass perimeter drains, whatever it is, grab bars, renewhomeinnovations.com. Showers the next day, as a matter of fact. They have dozens of crews and things in stock, all American standard that they can use. They have visualization software. renewhomeinnovations.com. And by the way, they're offering special discounts for veterans and seniors. 303-904-2000. That's 303-904-2000. Let's keep going here and see what we can do for you. All right. Now, we have some questions on PPP loans. We're trying to get someone on about that. Right, Suzanne? Because we have a number of questions. So, Tim, hang on there, all right? And we will get to you. Barbara. What's going on with you, Barbara?
Hello, this is a new question. Last week I called about the ADA rule about egress, and frankly,
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. And Suzanne's worked her tail off trying to get an answer, but I'm moving on from that. ADA is a bureaucratic nightmare.
Yeah.
So I've ruled on how strong is the environmental health, this is for Denver, environmental health rules and regulations governing residential health. Is that
Well, now, you got to give me a specific, because I don't understand exactly what you're talking about. So give me a scenario.
Starting tomorrow, my 60-year-old apartment will no longer have 2 egresses. It'll be reduced to 1.
Yeah, but isn't that a temporary thing for construction?
Well, if you consider three weeks temporary.
It is temporary, yes, and they're allowed to do that.
Okay, but under Section 2-202 egress, doors, windows, corridors, stairways, fire escapes, and passageways serving as ordinary or emergency exit routes shall be free of storage, debris, and so on.
That's right.
Wait a minute. And in no case shall these routes be obstructed or locked to persons within the dwelling.
Okay.
I'm not only calling for myself, but I've got 15 other people living
But
here.
Barbara,
I've got a woman
are
with
you,
a baby.
Barbara, I understand. They're doing, I remember the call, they're doing improvements to it. You're wondering, can they get away with it? Well, I'm asking a few questions here. If it's temporary, the permit will allow them to do it. But here's the deal. Why do you feel that 3 weeks will pose a problem?
because I use a walker exclusively along with an elevator and a first floor exit with no ramp or stairs.
All right.
Starting tomorrow, I will have to somehow get down 5 stairs to a back door.
I did not say they can block ADA compliance, but they can temporarily suspend dual exits and entrances temporarily. What they can't do is even temporarily suspend your access. So that's a whole different question. You're going about it the wrong way. You're attacking the dual entrance and exit. You should be attacking the ADA part of it, the access part of it.
Oh, the getting in.
Right. No. Yeah. The fact that you have no way of getting your walker in. You have no ramp, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, the only way after tomorrow, the only way I can get into my apartment is through the back door and down 5 stairs.
And you're saying it's impossible for you or anyone else with disabilities to do that. That is your weapon. Hold on. Just hang on. I got to take Eric Reinemer. He just made himself available. He's our accountant at Atlas CPAs and Advisors. Eric, as far as PPP loans, okay, there's a lot of confusion. First, I want to ask you in general. Do PPP loans have to be repaid?
No. If you get it, and then you file an application for forgiveness, and if you use the money for legitimate payroll and rent and whatnot, then it's forgiven.
Okay, now, next question. Can self-employed people get a PPP loan?
Yes.
Oh, well, how can they? Just tell me. So Tim is a real estate guy on his own. Tim, you're a one-man operation, right?
Correct.
You have your own LLC or your own company, right?
Correct.
Okay, so how does he get a PPP loan?
So, Tim, the first thing is, you have to identify a bank that'll work with you. Do you have an existing banking relationship that's doing PPP loans? Yes. So you start by finding your bank. They do it. And then secondly, when you're self-employed, do you file a Schedule C?
I use an accountant, so I'm not exactly sure. I think so, though.
Yeah. Check with your account. But the main thing is, if you're self-employed, you're probably filing a Schedule C as long as you had a profit and paid in some payroll taxes. That's what the payroll protection loans are based on, is people that have had payroll, which you probably had for yourself. Then you would have valid compensation.
But don't you have to be impacted to get the PPP loan?
See, the thing is, you have to make a statement, nothing dramatic, but just saying your business was impacted some way by COVID last year. Yes, but
see,
you don't have to have a specific dollar amount.
See, Mark told me that okay, I have a company, I have payroll. He said, no, you can't do it, Tom. And I don't get why you say that. Mark, I'm not trying to cheat. I want to know straight up.
The first thing it said is, how were you impacted? You weren't impacted.
Well, who's to say? See, this is what I want to know.
I might as well get one under Major Radio, Lead Bin, and 15 other companies.
Mark, I'm not asking. First of all, they have no payroll, okay? But I'm asking as far as legitimately. I'm not trying to get one. I don't care about one. What I'm asking, though, is what's to stop a company from simply saying I was impacted? Because, Eric, who's to say I wouldn't have had more sponsors or more action? See, that's what I'm asking, Eric. How do you keep people from cheating?
Well, it's a gray area. You have to feel able to say my business was impacted, whether or not it's on my receivables or lack of. You don't have to have any specific documentation. That's part of the way these things were structured.
And then how do I use the money? For my payroll?
Yeah, and again, when you have certainly paid, there's a dollar amount to how much you can claim. It's limited to $100,000 per employee.
Okay.
And what you get is 2/12. You're limited to 2.5 months of the 2019 compensation that your business paid to every individual, capped out at $100,000. So that's maybe a $10,000 loan for a highly paid person. You simply report that, and you state that you were impacted. It's gray how much you were impacted or not, and that's how you apply.
And then to get forgiven, you have to do another application?
Yes. So people have got, and now there's a second wave. So there's people applying right now. So you apply it first, you get the money, and then several months later, then your bank, and you do this through your bank. They then start accepting loans to apply for forgiveness, where you report. The main thing is they want to know that you paid wages and rent in that tough time last year, and you don't have to quantify it a certain percentage. You simply have to state your business was impacted and prove that you continued to pay payroll.
What if you don't pay rent? What if you don't pay rent and it's just payroll? Like, just say Tim works out of his house.
Yeah, no, actually, payroll is good because the main thing is they want businesses to keep paying.
Mark, it seems like anybody could fudge that. Anyone.
Well, I guess if you're willing to answer that first question, yes, I was impacted.
And he says there's no specific proof or a wait. Are they ever going to audit people and say, I mean, how do you keep somebody from cheating, for God's sakes? I know hairdressers whose business was up. I know a massage therapist whose business was up. Their business took leaps and bounds. I know car dealers, business up. I know dentists never had record years, and they're all getting PPP loans, Eric. I'm telling you like it is.
Okay. Well, I mean, everybody is subject to audit. This is an SBA program, so everybody, and they're told this by their bank, that you got to sign statements where you're saying you were impacted, but the second wave of loans that are coming out now are more specific. There's loans, PPP loans coming out now, where you have to show that you either had your revenue dropped by more than 25%. You have to state that your revenue dropped more than 25% and show it, a comparison this year versus last year.
Well, that's totally different.
More stringent.
That's totally different. So on this second round, you have to really show numbers.
Yes, very specifically, you submit numbers showing this year versus last year, and if you're under only 24%, not 25%, you do not qualify. So it's very specific.
Okay, so then Tim, are you going to be able to show that?
No.
Yeah, of course not. Your business.
But I'm wondering how the heck they're going to audit. This is my deal.
He just said your business has to take a hit by 25%. Now that's an out and out lie.
That'll be right on your taxes. That's easy to figure out.
But it will be. But I'm just upset about the whole thing. Everybody's getting free money.
Tim, I'm upset too because I know people right now who are lying through their teeth. Right now.
And it sounds like if Eric is 100% on that first one, there's nothing the government or IRS can do about it.
Now, Eric, is the first round of PP, is that all gone or there's still first round money?
There might be a little bit of money left, but mainly they're into the second bucket of money now with the more stringent requirements.
Okay, see, they got smarter. So I guess it's all a moot point, Eric, because what you're telling us now is if you have a client, you can easily see. You could see if I was impacted 25%, and you can say, Tom, as a client, I'm telling you I can't support that, right? I mean, because you're the guy that does the numbers.
I'm telling you, when I looked into it for us, Tom, and this is going back to like March.
Right.
One of the very first questions it asked, were you negatively impacted? And that's where I was like, well, I guess
Mark,
there goes that.
Mark, but I would have argued first time around. And again, I'm not trying to make up stories. We were negatively, Mark, because we really were. I mean, if you think about it, a lot of our normal endorsements and sponsors we didn't have because we were impacted, absolutely, positively, the first time around. Not 25% for sure. I'll guarantee that. Okay, but we were impacted. We could never. I don't think we could ever make it. Well, I know we can't. We can't make a claim now that we have been negatively impacted 25%, Eric, and that doesn't mean 25% less growth. It means 25% from the bottom line, right?
No. It's specifically gross revenue. So we are getting from clients gross revenue reports out of their QuickBooks line by line, and if they show,
so you'd have to project. And is it gross revenue for 2020 or 21?
It's a quarter of 20 compared to a quarter of 19. You have to show a drop from 2019 to 20 of 25%.
God, even that's squirrely as
The
hell.
same-
You could simply book your money the next damn day after the quarter's over.
Yeah, Eric. What about quarter? Does it have to be the first quarter to first quarter, or can it be first quarter to second quarter?
It's very specific. Fourth quarter of 20 compared to fourth quarter of 2019.
Got it.
And most people have already filed their 2019.
Oh,
you'd have
so
to go through
19 to 20. 19 to 20 would be for this new round of money?
Yes.
You know, it's like anything, though, guys. If you want to take advantage of the system, you know, look at our unemployment system.
It isn't
it's
like
all crap
anything.
right now.
No, it isn't like anything because, as he just pointed out, most everyone's filed 19 and 20 right now.
No, I'm talking the first round.
Okay, yes. The first round. Okay, you're right.
There's a lot of people. In fact, I heard one big sports team got like $20 million, but then after it showed up on the news, they returned it.
I'll bet you, Eric, the first time there were a lot of cheaters, and that's why they put these more stringent guidelines. You know that?
I think so. They just the first time I think they just wanted to get money out there, and it was a little bit probably looser than it should have been. But now they've tightened the rope.
All right, thank you very much. We have more
Thanks,
coming
man.
up on the Troubleshooter Show.
He was very informative. But I think, I'll bet you that my fourth quarter of 19 was less than my fourth quarter of 20. Well, you would know. No.
Now, impact traffic. This report is sponsored by the Ben
Accidental
Ferguson
discharge.
Podcast. From the best right
and
towards
plus
traffic.
killed him?
Travel around the Mile High City Freeway system.
That's kind of weird, Mark.
Didn't you realize it happened 10 miles from where Floyd was killed?
No, it wasn't.
I swear to God.
No,
It happened 10 miles from where he had the guy.
I thought it was another state.
10 miles.
No, Brooklyn, New York, Mark.
Dude, 10 miles away.
No, Brooklyn. There's two of them.
Well, then there's two of them.
I think there's two. Hey, is that shooting they're talking about in Brooklyn, New York, right? No. Oh, it's Brooklyn, Minnesota. Oh my God.
10 miles. It's either 10 miles from where Floyd died or 10 miles from the trial.
Oh my God, Mark, that's what I didn't understand.
And that's why there's 500, what do you call them, guards out now. If they're really saying this was like, everything I read
You know what?
said this.
If you fucking do a traffic stop and a young black man drives away, fucking let him go. I'd be serious.
Well, I don't think you're allowed to shoot if they're driving off, unless if they're putting other people
He
in
said
danger.
it was an accidental discharge, yeah.
They will never trick you into anything like signing a blank contract or saying we'll take care of whatever your insurance wants to take care of. When it comes to roofing, they believe you need to be fully informed. So they give you a full contract with everything that needs to be done, and then they will fight with your insurance company to get what you need if it comes to that. And then you don't pay a dime, not one dime, to get them on the job and to finish that job. Then, only if you're 100% happy, you pay. And by the way, they don't even have a cancellation penalty because they know that they will earn your trust, your business, and your loyalty. That's Excel Roofing. 303-761-6400. Whether it be a repair or whether
Pull his tasers.
Oh, he like tried to fire his taser?
Well, he thought he had his taser in his hand.
Holy shit.
He did.
Did tasers look just like guns?
Not that I'm aware of. Do they feel like guns? I don't know.
Oh my God. You know, what a calamity.
Yep.
Holy shit. 10 minutes away, or 10 miles away from where Floyd died. This fucking guy, if he's the PIO or whatever, I would not want to be him, period.
He's the chief.
Oh, fuck it. I'd rather be the PIO than the chief then.
I'd rather be the janitor.
Jesus, can you imagine? Now he's got to go. He thought it was his fucking taser. I thought the guy was driving away in a car. Why would you even grab a taser? Like, the taser's not going to go through a car. You bet there's dash cam on this.
Yeah.
Or
there's
cop cam.
Yeah.
Right where this police station, I guarantee they got cams on everybody. Now, if the video happened to disappear, fuck.
Do you see this guy without his mask on? He's the mayor.
This is the craziest.
Here we go. Look.
He's the mayor?
Take it off. Oh, damn it.
Did he have it off before?
Yeah, because I looked up and I was like, what is Tiger Woods doing? And because he's pretty close. Pretty close to like a young tiger. It's great.
It's fucking nutty, man. I can't believe this shit. Geez, he does look like Tiger Woods.
It's creepy.
That's a young mayor. I can't believe it. Same fucking place. I can't believe it.
Well,
you did read about the taser.
Oh yeah, that's what's been running on the bottom here.
15% off your entire purchase. 844-300-LEAP.
You won't believe what they're saying.
Accidental.
No, the cop's saying he thought it was his taser.
Look at the stars.
They're made.
Now, come on.
That's the first thing I
Why
said.
would you shoot the taser at a car?
At a car. It makes no fucking sense.
Not at all. I use Blinkist.
You know there's going to be video of it, either from the dash cam or this happened 10 minutes from Floyd. You know those shots have cameras.
They showed it already.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
You can see him shooting?
You can see the guy fleeing. I don't know. They say there's video. Look at it. I didn't see any shooting.
27 categories, from personal development to history, management.
And what does that mean? Do you still go after him for manslaughter then if it's accidental? I mean, what does it mean?
Negligent. To learn about pretty much anything.
Negligent homicide.
Even the stars.
Oh my God! Can you just imagine it happened in the same fucking place?
Why did the guy run away?
He had a warrant.
Go to Blinkist.com.
He definitely had a warrant out. I wonder if he was armed. If they said that.
They would have said that right away. Another tax filing deadline. Unfortunately for some, more back tax.
Jesus Christ.
This is fucking.
Can you imagine being that chief of police? I mean, Jesus. They go,
Oh, here it is. Now watch. Watch.
okay, police.
Yeah, watch.
So they have him.
Now watch. Now watch how he gets away. Watch. Look. He fucking gets away. Gets in his car. He's in his car. Now they pull out his gun. Now he pulls out his gun. There's a gun. That's a fucking gun.
Get the guidance and care from my friends, Ron and Jack Larson. They guarantee you'll be satisfied with their team.
There's a taser.
Well, the taser's yellow.
Larson Tax. We're lucky to have them right here in our backyard.
Okay.
She was yelling taser.
Who was yelling?
She meant to grab her taser and instead grabbed her gun. We stopped the video. He drove off, crashed and died.
Hi, Tom Martino.
Your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. All right, so we were talking about the life insurance policy that is tax-free accrual. Now, normally with this, you would take it out and you pay taxes on the way out if you did it the normal way. Now, Joe and Jordan over at Become the Banker have found a different way to do it. I want to ask Joe this time. Joe, so let me ask you this. The way it was set up originally, and I know there's a way around it now, but originally the way it was set up is these mutual insurance companies, meaning that all of the policyholders own a piece of it, they get a life insurance policy, and the government allows you to save cash value above and like excess cash value. First and foremost, here's what I need to know. Why did the government allow this to begin with? Why not just a life insurance policy? Where did this notion of overfunding the cash value come from?
Well, Tom, that is a real good question, okay? The government or the IRS, they actually have created a tax code specifically designed for this type of policy. It's called the 7702, which actually exempts life insurance from being taxed, period. And
okay, the proceeds, but where did the notion of the cash value not being taxed on its growth, where did that come from? The same tax code?
That's part of that is part of the tax code, but at the same time, you see, you're contributing money into this policy with after-tax money.
That's so right.
You have already paid taxes on that money.
But why did the government do a code to allow people with a life insurance policy to have cash value that's tax-free growth. Why?
Well, I think that code is pretty, it's like an umbrella code. It covers not only the cash value, but it also covers the death benefit. And the government probably, this is my opinion, the government probably, what they did, they wanted to make sure that the widows or widowers are not burdened.
Okay. And what is that code? That code is called what? Code 77?
7702.
Okay. Now, so then, what happened was, under normal circumstances, if you had a cash value, how was it taxed when you took it out?
Well, this is the thing. The wealthy have known about this, and they have taken advantage.
I understand. They took it out. I know how to get around it. But under normal circumstances, the way it was designed, the death benefit would not be taxed. The normal cash value would not be taxed. I need to know what was originally intended, what happened under normal circumstances to the cash value. If someone, before Become the Banker came along, if someone had a life insurance policy and the cash value grew, what at the end somebody would take the death benefit, would the estate also get the cash value?
No. On this type of policy, they only get the death benefit. The death benefit includes basically the cash value.
So the death benefit would grow over time?
Absolutely, every year.
Okay, so upon death, the estate would get all of the money, it would get the cash value in the benefit, and no money would be left on the table, but no taxes were paid on that, even on the growth?
No, that is right. If you do it properly, there will be no taxation.
I'm asking I'm not talking about doing it properly. I'm talking about originally, if I just got a policy with a cash value and that cash value grew year after year and it had some investment income of 4%, would my estate, if I just let it go to my death, my estate, would there be any taxable income to my estate?
No, absolutely not, because, see, the cash value turns into a death benefit.
Okay, I get it. So that conversion makes it tax-free.
Absolutely.
But you figured out a way to get to the cash value before it goes to death benefit.
Oh, absolutely, and this is what the Become the Banker strategy really is all about.
When was it invented? Who was the first one to take advantage of this? Who was the first one to say, man, this is a good idea, I'm going to use the cash?
Goodness.
Do you know?
Oh, I do. We've done a lot of research.
Well, who did it?
Like the Vanderbilts, for one thing, the Rockefellers.
They had multi-million-dollar policies on their people, and then they learned they could extract the cash value without affecting the life insurance.
Where else can they get a tax-free rate of return, right? Guaranteed.
Yeah.
If it isn't on the policy.
Right.
So even the I can't think of the name of the family right now, but there's a real wealthy family here in Colorado that they have a mansion.
Yeah.
I guess, what is the name?
Whatever. Anyway,
doesn't matter.
In
1929, when the stock market crashed, okay, one of the members of that family borrowed over $2 million from his Become the Banker policy. Now, that tells you that the wealthy at that time,
they knew the trick.
Stashing money.
Right, they knew the trick. They knew their way around. I got to take this break. I'm running behind. More calls coming up.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KL on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear news and talk that impacts your life.
Getting 630 KPOW.
Yeah, well, you should fire the police officer involved, for God's sakes.
6,000 devices. Now, impact traffic.
So did they shoot the guy while he was still there and then he drove off and died?
That's what it looked like, yeah, because it looked like
you can't shoot him on the way.
That makes more sense, though, with the
taser.
Yeah,
because if you shoot your taser when he's driving away, you're a
fucking moron. Well, plus you'd be in trouble regardless. I guess they're yelling, taser, taser, taser.
Lakewood, no problems in 470 in Highlands Ranch. Trouble 3 on the Turnpike, I-76.
God, it's gonna. Oh, man, Jesus Christ! They're already looting. Oh, last night I guess it was pretty bad. But that 500 National Guard—that's a lot of people, man. 500 fucking cops on the road there.
Now you know what? Now it does make more sense though, because they're not like insane.
No, I mean, plus if they're yelling taser.
Mile High Estate Planning is the firm where Blake Harris works, and what they do is estate planning. We just heard from Joe Chiano about life insurance and stuff. Your estate contains more than life insurance proceeds. Your estate will have savings and other things. You want to make sure your estate pays the least amount of taxes due, because there are great exemptions, but you can do stupid things to spoil those exemptions if you don't know what you're doing. That's why you need someone to sketch out an estate plan. It could be as simple as a will, or possibly you need a trust, or a combination of those and a beneficiary's deed for real estate, or a payable on death certificate for a bank account. Whatever you need, Mile High Estate Planning will come up with your plan, and those consultations are free. You only pay for what he actually does for you. Give him a call at any time, 833-ASK-BLAKE, 833-ASK-BLAKE. I love a company so confident about their product that they will give you a price on the phone. And that's really what The Art of Granite does. You can look them up, theartofgranite.com. And here's how they do business. You can get your stone wholesale on their account anywhere you want. They will fabricate and install it for that price of fabrication and installation. They don't even charge for tear out and haul away, and they throw in the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. So get your price on the phone, 303-386-5919.
You know, I love the word free, and you know what that reminds me of? Master Rooter Plumbing. They will send a plumber to your house for free for a free estimate. No trip charge. They're not trying to hide anything. They've been on a referral list for a long, long time, well over 10 years. And what I really like about them, they own their own excavation company. So if you're a contractor or a homeowner in need of a new sewer line, or even just a free estimate on a sewer line, they can save you a ton of money compared to the competition. 720-434, write it down, 3406. 720-434-3406.
Discover one of the CIA's illicit Cold War initiatives on the iHeartRadio original podcast.
Did you get that one from George?
An undercover brothel.
What are you talking about? George sent for an ad today. If you haven't already done the spot, I don't remember if you've done it or not.
Watch Elvis Presley shake his hips.
Why did you get it and I didn't?
He sends it to both of us.
Okay, but why didn't I get it? Like
you should have it. I see you in it.
Okay. Oh, I just got it. First 15 callers. Okay. I'll try to work that. I'm going to tell them why.
They are going to be completely debt-free.
Mark, you know we should consider getting, I just saw come up on a little advertisement, for smart collars for dogs that track their GPS and their activity. I know you don't really give a shit about the activity.
They got to charge them all the time. It's just another...
Wait, for a dog?
Yeah, for GPS more than anything.
I thought they... You know, for some reason that, when you say that, it didn't come as a big surprise. I might have heard that before.
Yeah, I mean, it just sounds...
Like normal. Matter for why, you just got to keep them freaking charged.
Or get a solar charger. Put a little solar panel on their tail.
Listen to COVID-19 Immunity in Our Community on the iHeartRadio.
Or just train them to plug it in at night.
Podcast. We can do this.
Do you notice who's smarter of the two dogs?
Oh, Nico.
Really? Oh, yeah? Well, is it because he's older, more secure?
He's just smarter.
With the option to work with an advisor.
So where do you think the guy was shot when they did that?
God, I don't know, man.
So they knew right away when they shot him. They were yelling taser?
That's what it said. Taser, taser, taser.
So
Is this me?
Spilled your drink? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading
Trained on
value rate.
using
So you can
this.
get back to the party.
Using the taser.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Yes, they should know the difference. That's damn right they should. This family's going to get millions, Mark.
You can say no.
Millions.
Dissolvable nicotine lozenges are smoke-free and hassle-free and made to enjoy virtually anywhere. Why? Because they dissolve, but the flavor doesn't. So go ahead and enjoy on your time and on your terms. Philo lozenges are available at a convenience
God, they're on
store
such a...
or at philo.com. Get yours.
I don't think I'd want to be. Well, first of all,
It wasn't the
I wouldn't want to
it
be.
wasn't the same police department, was it?
Denver's talk station, 630 KHAL.
Mark,
say it again.
Was it the same police department though? I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We're going to give you information on where to get more information on that Become the Banker coming up, but we're going to go in and out of calls on that as I get questions. Let me get to Barbara. She has a problem with this ADA thing. We didn't forget about you, Barbara. Here's the bottom line. We have someone who knows ADA law. Suzanne, you weren't able to get her on the other day. Can we get her on?
So I contact them through email, Tom. I emailed them on Friday after Barbara came on. I just hadn't heard back yet. That's all. I don't know if it's unusual or not.
Yeah, let's put another bug in there. Here's why, Barbara. You know, the dual egress and entrance, or entrance and exit, let's just call it what it is. Dual exits and entrances are required in almost every commercial building, establishment, all those things. Okay, it's required. And the bottom line is this. You can temporarily, through renovations and things, you can temporarily block those. But you can't block access for ADA compliancy, Americans for Disabilities Act, which means, yes, they can temporarily close the front door, but if they only leave one door with steps and no one in a wheelchair or a walker could get up and down those steps, they have a problem. Okay? So that's what we have to attack. You're attacking you're attacking the wrong thing. You're attacking the fact that there aren't 2 entrances. No.
That's why I'm calling you, Tom.
The thing you have to attack is, and I don't blame you for being upset. Somebody might have said, Barbara, you're just a nitpicker because they don't have 2 entrances. Big deal. But what you...
No, I'm scared, Tom.
Well, no. You're not a nitpicker. It's not the dual entrances you're upset about. It's the fact that the only entrance left is inaccessible to you and a lot of other people. It's common sense, for God's sakes. What are people to do that can't walk up and down stairs? They have to come up with a difference. I'm going to give this to Deputy Marty Smarty Pants. We'll do it.
You know why I do commercials for SimplyFloorsInc.com?
Because I personally use them. I'm consumer advocate Mark Major.
I will
If
say
you're in
it.
the market for flooring, you have to check out SimplyFloorsInc.com. Not only do they have the newest LVT that's scratch resistant and waterproof, they also have the most beautiful lines of hardwood and carpet. They do free design services and they can save you up to 40% from the big box stores. The best service, the best prices, SimplyFloorsInc.com.
At Allworth Financial, we've helped thousands set their retirement goals and thousands more reach them. And we can help you too. With a free retirement-ready assessment.
I got a contract signed up, Mark.
Answer your most pressing questions.
Yes. 555 Mark Major test, Broken Arrow.
Yeah, fill it in. Fill it in.
Next steps to help you
Do it just like I want to make sure everything's good.
more confident future today.
But there's no, what do I do? There's overhead. Got it.
Let's resolve to retire better.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver and iHeartRadio.
So who do you want the directory here?
On our free iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
Number 1 for
No, you.
podcasts, all in one.
Sure? Okay.
Yeah, positive.
All right. Got it. Getting it. All right.
ABC News, I'm Will Reed. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer today urging people to keep following public health guidelines as coronavirus cases surge in her
People
state.
are just fucking
This
sick
time,
of
Whitmer also
coronavirus. They
says the
just,
rise of
humans get to a point where they don't give a fuck,
People say.
We don't want to see our kids.
Did you see?
It says the initial information is being submitted. Detailed information is below. Click here to proceed further. I got that right away. Does that seem logical? I get this right away. Did you? Come here, Mark. I got this right back immediately. This seems like impossible.
No, because you assigned it to yourself.
And now what do I do?
Now hit the link button.
Oh, so otherwise that would have gone to you.
Yeah. Okay, so now hit the link button.
Got it.
And just fill in whatever. Fill it in.
The Windsor Police Department. On the Caribbean island of St. Vincent, officials are trying to find a way to remove tons
There's
of
really not
ash
much to
that's
fill in.
from a volcano.
I'll just say,
damaged buildings.
We don't own the peak, do we?
This is ABC News. Iran blaming Israel for an attack at one of Iran's major nuclear sites. ABC's Jordana Miller reports
I don't think so.
The
It does
alleged
not have
Israeli attack on
anywhere
Iran's Natanz nuclear facility unfolding as Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin landed Sunday in Tel Aviv. The timing almost certain to make Austin's expected tense talks with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Now, let me ask you something. After I did that, filled it out and
The
sent it,
alleged Israeli attack.
do I need the original?
Now I got it.
Do I need the original two now? Can I erase that email chain?
You can erase all that shit.
Oh, okay, good.
Iran retaliates.
Oh.
It also sends
Well,
Washington
no.
a message that Israel is not bound by those talks for any eventual deal. Jordana Miller,
I filled it
ABC
out.
Jerusalem.
After a record-setting year, another active
You didn't put in like
on the way.
the payment or the
No, I know, but I filled out some stuff just to give to you. You know, just the market area and stuff. I just wanted to make it quick. But, I mean, we're just going for flow anyway, Mark, so.
No, I'm surprised it let you do that.
Oh.
Indeed knows unexpected employee turnover.
Oh, wait, normally it'll prompt you to do all of it?
Yeah, hold on.
Like us to be this online chai company.
Okay, this is good too because it's Troubleshooter
Get started
Network.
hiring right away.
And then it's Tom.
Indeed, you do.
And then let me go down here.
Sponsor a job on Indeed to get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database.
Okay, this looks good.
Visit Indeed.
By the way, it's not the Minneapolis Police Department.
credit for your first sponsored job post.
It's not the same police department.
No, but it's right there, right?
No, it's Brooklyn
ways
Center
to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones
All right, boom, now you should have it back.
far away.
Now you digitally
The
sign it.
ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry. With
I got two.
24/7 support and
I
experience.
got one.
I don't know why it has Tom Martino consulting.
Call clickgrainger.com.
Because, technically that's, I mean, it should. Okay.
I just don't know why it does.
Mark, why did I get two of the same exact thing? I got two of them. Did I get one because I'm the rep? I got two of them.
Yeah, that's why. Because you're the rep. If I was the rep, you'd get just one of them showing that I signed it or they signed it. So now click on it and sign it though and get it back to me.
He also says he's working to close a vaccine equity gap in Colorado.
Friday, the governor joined the Denver chapter of the NAACP at Park Hill Golf Club. People there received their first dose of the Moderna vaccine. Maisha Field told Fox 31 the clinics are working.
And it makes a difference when you can be vaccinated in your church. It's important that we are at the forefront of this work.
Yeah, I need one of these.
Statewide clinics.
This is good. We've got it, but I just need less steps.
Or African American. Reporter Tom Mustin. In sports, the Rockies have a much needed day off today. They get that day off after getting swept by the San Francisco Giants in their last series. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, the Mile High City Freeway system in really good shape as the lunch hour gets going. Just a bit of delay at the Commerce City Drive on westbound 270. Stop and go either side of Vasquez. Otherwise, the highways are looking good in town. I-25, I-70, both wide open through the heart of the city at this time. No delays on the turnpike. Things are in decent shape for 225.
Okay, now I got it.
Drive. Smooth flow on 6th Avenue.
And then I can view it.
No major problems on 470 in the
And yes, we both signed it.
Fox 31 pinpoint
Everything looks good.
Today with a high
Now,
near 50. Right now it remains mostly
Does it automatically go to the server, Mark?
Impact traffic in West Rhine Peak.
Well, it goes to one of the servers.
Express Employment
It goes to TroubleshooterNetwork.com server.
So do you?
But then we take it, we put it on our billing server.
Okay, so listen.
There's two copies.
So is there one on Troubleshooter Network right now?
Yeah, right now there's one on there. It's the one we just signed.
With the economy
So you have to go
showing
into
signs of recovery, stocks roared
It
ahead on
lives
Friday.
on there. You're saying I can go to Troubleshooter Network right now.
You can't. Only I can. Because we only have one license. Only one email could view contracts. That's the only reason. Okay. It's $400 a license per year. Yeah.
Speaking to 60 Minutes, that Chair Jerome Powell says that.
But you can just log in as me on the server.
I don't need to see them.
With airlines retiring the Boeing 747 and Airbus A380, the double-decker passenger jet.
I told you to send it.
I know. It's just that this time around I'm so far down the road.
With declines in travel demand, neither Boeing nor Airbus has plans for another two-deck plane. The UK has eased its COVID lockdown just a bit, allowing for the reopening of pubs for the first time. Some drinking establishments opened at midnight London time this morning. They were packed with people.
Do you realize how fucking shut down Europe has been compared to us?
Denver's Talk Station has your chance to win $1,000.
I mean, they're really.
You're back on like.
I got that friend of mine that's writing to me from Oxford. Fucking Great Britain, all those places. They're locked down. They're still shut down. Holy shit!
You're not nearly as far as we are on doses.
The only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. What a delight to have that for anxiety, for pain, for inflammation. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Put Tom in the promo code, and you get 30% off. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Eva's got a scam alert. Uh-oh. What's going on, Eva? What's happening?
Hi, Tom. This is Eva. Hey, I have been a devoted listener for, can't even say how long, but I wanted
thank you, by the way.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure. And I wanted to thank you for something that you alerted me to, I don't know how long ago, but that's this: don't ever say yes.
Right.
When you're on a
right,
call
because they
with
record
the
it.
scammer.
That's right. They record everything and can manipulate it.
Exactly. And if you hadn't said that early on, and I wanted to repeat it for those people who didn't know that or didn't hear you say that.
Oh.
I had the funniest call.
What happened? Tell me about the call.
Yeah, he said, somebody has your Social Security number, and they can scam you, they can steal from you. He said that he was with the federal government, police in the federal government.
Yeah.
So I went along with it.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, what do you want? What do you want from me? And he said, are you willing to help us find this person?
Oh.
To you? And so he wanted me to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, what do you want from me? What do you want me to do? And he after a long time of this back and forth where he couldn't get any information from me.
Really weird.
He said, well, you're too, it sounds like you could take care of this on your own.
Yeah, because he knew he couldn't get you. And I'm telling you, they do it. They'll manipulate that recording and play it back for you even sometimes a few minutes later or the next day saying, you agreed to this. They scare the hell out of you. I'm really happy that you reminded me of that. If people call you about a scam and they ask you obvious questions that are yes and no, never say no either. Don't say yes or no. Because they can manipulate that. Because here's about the no, Eva. They could say, are you sure you do not, they would say something like, you don't want to cancel this, do you? No. They can manipulate it. So don't say yes or no, because they can edit it into a tape, and this tape I'm not saying would go to court or anything, but it's enough to intimidate you or people you know into paying something. So don't do it. And thank you for letting us know that, Eva. We appreciate it. Bryce, welcome. What's going on, Bryce?
How you doing, boss?
I'm doing okay. What's happening?
Hey, I want to call in. Thank you. You guys helped me, I don't know, like a month and a half, 2 months ago. I had a car accident, and they ended up totaling out my car, and the insurance company wasn't calling me. back. And you guys stepped in and helped out, and it got settled out. I ended up getting quite a bit more than I thought I was going to get.
That's great. And what was your insurance company's name? I'm curious.
Well, it wasn't my insurance company.
Oh, what was the other party's company?
I don't have that right on me.
I'm just curious. I like to keep
their name.
I like to keep score of the carriers that give us the most trouble, but that's okay. What else is going on? I hear you have an electrical question.
Yeah. So I bought a house and I have one of those horrible electric panels that have to be replaced, the Union Pacific one.
Right.
And I got a quote from one of your guys' places to do it. I just wanted to know if it was a good deal.
Well, how many amp service do you have?
100.
Are you upgrading? I'm hoping, because 100 doesn't make it now. Okay, what are you upgrading to?
The 200.
Okay, how much were you quoted? I don't even care who it was. Just tell me.
$39.87.
You mean when you're saying 39, you're saying 3,900?
Yep.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's about in the ballpark. You can find them cheaper, but man, don't fool around. And you can find them more expensive, believe it or not. But you're doubling the amperage. You're going with everything new. It's not terrible. Now listen, you can probably find it cheaper. You should shop right within referralist.com if you want.
I did.
Okay, did you get any other prices from Referralist?
Unfortunately, I live in the Springs, and you only have one person that does it.
Oh, you're talking about the Springs area. Well, hold on. Are you sure we only have one down there?
Who is it?
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah. Well, Mike, and Eva do a great job. They really do. And I do know that he is not on the top of the pricing tier, but he's not on the bottom either. But you get legit, honest to God service, the best, the best warranties, and somebody's going to stand behind it. But Mark, we don't have independent electricians. I thought we did down there.
I thought we had one other one, Patriot.
Yeah, isn't Patriot Pros still on there? Or
I'm just making sure they do electric.
I thought they did home services, but I don't think Patriot would be cheaper. I'm just curious, and I'm not saying that
Patriot was out of Castle Rock.
Well, but they go to the Springs.
But they go to the Springs.
They do electric.
Yeah, you can get a quote from. Why don't you? You can get a quote from them. They're not bad people at all.
Yes. I just wanted to make sure it was a good deal. I don't have a problem.
No,
with them.
Hold on. I didn't say good deal. I don't see. I know this. It's not a bad deal. You're not.
Wait. We've got another one down there.
Who is it?
Jeez, I'm losing it. Hold on a second. Let me grab.
Why don't you hold on here a second? We'll get to this. Okay, just hang on. Jan, I'm sorry for the wait. What's going on, Jan?
Yeah. Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know if you can help me with this or not. I'm taking a trip down to Florida next week. And I was online on hotels.com.
Yeah.
Last week, booking a room in Sanibel Island.
Did you actually book it?
Yes.
On Sanibel, got it.
And it was a non-refundable, non-changeable.
Right.
And it said, you understand. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. Well, the minute I booked it, I realized I had the wrong dates.
Oh God, I hate that. They are such sticklers about it. What did they say? Did you try contact? Go ahead.
Yeah. So here's what happened. And this is, by the way, this is the first time I've had this happen. So I called hotels.com like immediately and said, I just booked the wrong week. It's the same nights, but the wrong week. I need a week later. And they said, that's okay. We'll call the property. We'll get a hold of them. And then they called me back and said, yeah, they won't do anything.
What?
So
I mean, you know what? It's not like you're even canceling. You just want to change the date.
Exactly.
That's so unreasonable.
Well, and let me tell you how reasonable I am. Okay, so the next thing is I have friends that are already down there staying at the property next door, and I had them walk over on my behalf and ask them face to face. And the same girl said, no, not going to do anything.
But wait a minute. All you want. What date did you want to change it to? A high traffic date? What date?
No. There's availability. There's availability. Both, the nights I booked and the week I want to be there.
You know what? That just sounds like being jerks. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, they're total jerks. So my friends went over, and the girls stonewalled. So then I called and asked for the manager at the property. Carol is her name. Left a message, very nice. I said I want to talk to her about my reservation. No phone call. That was Friday. And what I'm willing to do, so they gave me a rack rate, because I called the property direct before I got online. And this Melissa who's stonewalling me also lied to me because she said if I did an online booking, I didn't get to choose the room, which is crap because I saw I could pick the different rooms when I was online. So anyway,
Listen, I just want to ask you, can you get beyond this woman? It sounds so asinine to me.
Right, well, I don't know yet. The manager hasn't called me back, and before I tried to call her today, I called you because I kind of wanted to see if you had an opinion on it.
Yeah, I do. I think
listen, guys, Hotels.com that's who your deal is with, not with the hotel.
No, Mark.
Well, they're the ones that paid for the reservations. My point. I don't think he even has the ability to cancel it.
Wait. All he's asking.
Well, I'm not canceling.
That's the thing. He doesn't want to cancel. He just wants to shift it.
My only point is, I don't think the hotel is going to do anything because it was booked through Hotels.com. The problem is with Hotels.com.
You're probably married to those dates once you buy through hotels, is my guess.
Why? Because the hotel itself.
No.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Hotels called. They said, I understand there was a mistake. We will call the property and ask them to make the change. So Hotels.com is not.
They don't have any problem making the change at hotels.
They don't. So what was willing to do, or what I'm willing to do, is go to the property and say, look, I'll even pay you your rack rate over and above what I booked on Hotels.com if you move me to the right night.
Well, say that to the manager. I cannot believe that the general manager, would be such a jerk. What's the name of the hotel?
Exactly. It's the Waterside Inn in Sanibel Island.
I just never heard of such a difficult time to just shift the dates. I've heard of people having a problem canceling. We can't help you. This just seems totally unreasonable to me. Just totally. And would you just at least wait till you talk to the manager? And I would just say, look, man, I'm not looking to get out of anything. I just hit the wrong date. You got to talk to the manager and get back to us. Suzanne, let him talk to the manager first.
30 seconds till ideal, get found, and 888 heating.
I mean, that just sounds weird. Operation Midnight Climax, an undercover brothel, dosing unwitting Americans with LSD. A mind control experiment gone horribly wrong.
Back in the 50s, the government wouldn't let you watch Elvis Presley shake his hips on TV. But the same government was running a brothel in broad daylight.
Listen to Operation Midnight Climax on the...
Here you go. Coming about right now.
All right, Ideal Home Loans should be your next lender for an ideal home loan if you want the interest rate guarantee. That's what they do. So you don't have to time the market. Maybe you don't have a choice. So if you go with Ideal and rates go down, they could. You get refinanced free of charge. So why not get an interest rate guarantee? You're also going to get to pick your term. So let's say you do get refied and you don't want to go back to 30 or you don't want to go to 15. You can go to any term that you want. That's the benefit of Ideal Home Loans. That's why I say idealhomeloans.com for your next ideal home loan. 303-867-7000. And don't forget, they also have credit optimization. Even though you're approved, there are still things you can do to your credit to get even better pricing, like pay down a balance by a few dollars. They'll let you know exactly what to do. 303-867-7000. All right. Every business I know has a website. Because people go to websites first, but will they find that website? And even if they do find it, how long does it take? Are other websites, your competitors, coming up first? If you want to get an analysis in your field, go to the ones in that field. GetFoundFast.com. They will tell you what your website is doing and how it can do better. Free of charge, with no obligation. GetFoundFast.com.
All right, a lot of times you'll hear 30% off, 20% off. Hell, I've been guilty of it too. What I like to know is when there is a big dollar amount off or a big percentage, what does that actually mean? So when I was talking to Garrett at 888heating.com, he said, we're going to be offering $2,000 off a new furnace and AC. And I said, Garrett, what does that mean? How much do the prices start at? Check it out. Ready? $8,500, and on top of that, guess what they're doing? Not only starting at $8,500, depending on the size of your house, so you get a new furnace and a new air conditioner, you also get 5 years no interest. 5 years no interest. You have to check it out. Soon as the hot weather comes to stay, I guarantee this deal's going away. 888heating.com, that's their phone number, that's their website. 888heating.com.
Owning a home has rarely been easier or more affordable. And if you're a veteran or on active duty, a VA loan could be the perfect thing for you. This is Ross Kaminsky for my friends at American Financing.
God, it's like I don't have one. I love it.
I wonder if I should try one for yoga.
Oh, God.
I am afraid that, like, unlike you, Tom, I don't want anyone complaining about it.
I don't like people complaining about me because I just have a bad. I don't have a filter.
Yeah.
So like even if I'll be in a public situation, if I was to come up, somebody be like, your mask is below your nose, I'd be like, fuck off. And I don't have a filter.
If you ever stop, please don't get in your car and try.
But I do want to try one of those in yoga. I bet I could breathe so much easier. Dang it.
One time I did get arrested. The cop was amazed at how calm I was because I was in a situation where I probably should not have been as calm as I was.
Hi, I'm host Robin Roberts, and on a new podcast, iHeartRadio, COVID-19.
His puppy has a bruise on the side of his paw.
I gotta take him to the urgent care today because I can't find the vet. Well, I tried calling too.
Emergency vets are expensive, man.
I tried calling. I tried getting an appointment at this. Maybe. Well, the Max Fun Wellness Clinic, they do have a walk-in. They have a walk-in for $42. I might take him in.
Max Fun's a great organization.
Even if it does, yeah. That's why I took him to get his vaccination last time.
They've been around for years.
We had to get there super freaking early, but we got in and out.
He's last for sure.
Can we tell him?
I'll tell him on air. I feel bad. For some reason, I was thinking Fort Collins. I mean, Daddy did all of ours. He brought 150 amp to our garage.
Bryce, we're going to go to you next, okay? Hang tight with us for another minute if you don't mind.
Like my bedroom, got a corner of itself.
Thanks, man.
I got the 3 live streaming lights. Then I got my software on my computer. Then I remade my opening so that now I can transition between my live stream and my opening. So like whenever I'm talking, I can be like, this is the show, and then hit the button and it'll transition and hit it and come back. I got the soundproof blanket for the back, for like the back. I got a green screen mount with clamps coming in so that I'll be able to change up. Yeah, I'll be able to change your background. Yeah, I'll be able to change out the background and everything, and we'll be able to just do it from in the corner of my bedroom, so I won't even have to go anywhere. This is all the thing.
Where do you go now?
Well, now I go to where I graduated for me, where I got my radio and television degree. I go to Colorado Media School because they still let us use their studios if you're a graduate.
Nice. That's nice.
Yeah, they let us alums still use the studio. You are on in 40 seconds.
That's really nice they let you use that.
I like this mask that I got at the gas station. It's versatile.
Wherever the fuck.
Identity thieves love tax forms with personal info needed to steal your identity. That's why LifeLock helps monitor and restore your identity. You can monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com.
Yeah, okay, first. I mean,
what about Daddy
We'd have to have all kinds of shit.
On iHeartRadio. Then you can hear news and talk.
All right, guys, back on in about 5 minutes.
Heart Radio.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta run.
Available on over 2,000 devices.
right, Tom Martino. Your
Troubleshooter,
troubleshooter,
303-713-TALK. 713-8255.
Hey, bring that electric guy back up, would you?
All right, so where is he?
He's on 2.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay. So, Bryce, he got a bid to get out to change out his electrical panel from 100 amp to 200, and he's getting a price of about $3,900 from one of our guys out on the referral list in Colorado Springs. Go ahead, sir. Mark.
Well, Gaddy Electric, man, they're on the referral list too. In fact, Gaddy actually came down to Franktown and he ran a 150 amp service to my new garage. And that's why I feel stupid. I mean, I couldn't think of the guy's name, but I've known Mark now for 3-4 years. These guys rock. All they do is electrical, and I already talked to him, and I think you'll be pleased if you give him a call. But Smith is a great guy, too,
Yeah. And remember this, not all companies have the same pricing structure. You just got to go with whoever you feel good with, and you can depend on
Gaddy does
the
one
referral
thing.
list.
They do
That's
one
right.
thing, electrical.
B, what's happening, B? How can we help you? Okay, she's listening to the radio, so we're going to have to wait here a second. B, please pick up right now. Oh, damn. I just hate when...
Hello?
Hi, B. No, that's a... B? Okay, Suzanne, let me know when B's back. Deputy Doc, you're following up on that Sears service contract. God, I hate those things. This woman bought it. She can't get any service. She says, though, however, that the parts are there, so that at least they ordered the parts. She simply has to get them installed, so at least they came through on the parts. What's going on, Deputy Doc?
I was able to get in touch with their service department. She has an appointment to have someone come out on Friday, and she's going to call me and let me know whether they show up. And hopefully they'll show up, put the parts in, and she'll be happy. So I'll let you know on Friday or Monday whether they show up. But it wasn't that difficult for me to get in touch with them. But anyway, the appointment's set up, and we'll keep our fingers crossed that they show up.
Yeah, and, like I said, I don't like these service plans at all. But I have to admit that this one surprised me a little in that they at least got her the new parts. So thanks for making that appointment for Friday, Deputy Doc. Good work.
You want to hear something curious? Listen to this, man. At the start of 2019, there were only 489 Sears stores left. Guess how many there are now?
How many?
36.
Really?
That's what it says, man.
Sears is going down.
My God, they're going to be like Montgomery Ward's.
Will Sears keep an online store like Sears.com? I mean,
You remember Toys R Us went bankrupt, and they kind of tried that. I don't know if it worked.
They just suck.
How do you compete against Amazon online? Who's going to buy? What the hell do you even buy at Sears anymore? I think they sold all their good tools. Remember, Craftsman was the brand to have for home tools for a while. Now you can buy Craftsman everywhere.
Wait, somebody has the exclusive on Craftsman, I thought.
I've seen him at multiple places, but
okay.
I don't know. But what else? What would you go to Sears for now?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, really, it's incredible. But you're right. The Craftsman tools at one time were good. I'm not sure what they're doing now.
30 Kmart's left, by the way.
B, are you there? Okay. Yes,
did you say
B.
B?
Yes. Hi. What's happening?
Hi. I have a couple of questions. So we have an opportunity to pay our house off.
Yes.
And I've been doing my research, and I don't know, some things I read say, yes, pay your house off, have that big bill out of the way. And then some others say, invest your money in other things. And, banks want to have you pay off their house because they just got all that money from you, when you should really invest into other things.
Actually, banks don't want you to pay your house off. That's how they make money. I don't know why people believe that. They just don't want you to pay it off. But B, I want to ask a couple questions. It's all in the math. How much do you owe on your house, first of all?
$225,000.
And what's your house worth?
About $400,000.
Okay. And where are you getting the money to pay it off?
We sold rental property last year and sold our primary home last year.
Well,
so we have this money just sitting in the bank right now.
Well, hold on. So
we
what
don't
home,
have
if you sold your primary home, what home are you paying off? Your new primary home?
Yes.
Okay. And
the
then,
one we just bought.
And the other question I have, B, what % rate is this $225,000 loan?
2.85.
Well, okay.
How much cash is it going to leave you with if you did pay it off? You still got money to go buy something else, like another rental if you wanted to?
About 25,000 liquidity. That's it.
Now
That's
listen,
what.
B, listen.
Uh-huh.
You have to really do some soul searching here on what you want. There's a certain amount of security to having a home paid off, but there's also a certain amount of risk using all that cash to pay it off.
You know what I do?
What?
And here's my thing.
Read my brain. What would I do?
Well, Mark,
there's one loan product I think is perfect for her. Perfect.
The asset manager.
Damn right.
Yeah, it is. The asset manager, B, is a loan that you pay off your house right now. Okay, so now, but it's a line of credit, and so you then pay that down right now. You pay it off. You get the asset manager and you pay it off. So now you have a line of credit on your home that you can use if you need it, and if you don't pay any interest. And you can use it as you need it if you need it. And if you don't need it, you don't have to use it.
You will have a zero balance if you're not using the money, and you'd probably get about $350,000 in a line of credit at under 4%. And if you're not using it, you have no mortgage payment. You owe nothing, 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 nothing. If you ever need the money, it's right there, and you can grab it in an instant, and you only pay simple interest on it, so it's going to cost a heck of a lot less than a standard mortgage.
That's true. So even if it's more in rate, you pay less over time. There's also...
I got you.
But now listen, there are also, like, for example, guaranteed, Become the Banker, guarantees 4% on that money. However, there's a cost of insurance involved that you may or may not want to pay. We can examine that if you hang on, and other stuff coming up. Just hang on, and we'll explore this. We have open lines as well, 303-713-TALK.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 6:30, K8.
God, I feel so bad I forgot Gad.
A little less than a minute until the portable interest mortgage centrally floors and Paragon.
And look at that time.
What you do is simply end
Report is sponsored by Wendy's.
Look at that time.
From the Best Buy Sports Traffic Center, the highway drive for the most part looking good with the exception of downtown. Got a crash. Southbound I-25 at Colfax blocking the right lanes of the highway. Solid backups to the I-70 interstate on that stretch. So pack your patience.
For them, it's perfect. Because they're terrified they're only going to have 25 grand liquid if needed. This will give them access to the whole deal. And it sounds like they have nothing to do. I mean, they don't really need it. They want the comfort of having cash.
31 pinpoint weather. Going to be mostly cloudy for the rest of the day today with a high near 44.
And honestly, everybody should have cash. I mean,
the Dems are just steamrolling, fucking just passing shit. They don't need anything from it. Do you realize they have full control?
Fries and a drink and a $5 biggie bag. That's 2 fresh beef.
Absolutely full.
Well, almost. There's certain things they can't do without 2/3.
Get the biggie bag. Price and participation may vary.
But,
well, when we talk about affordable interest mortgage, Mark just mentioned that asset manager loan. So let's say B, she takes out that asset manager loan for $225 plus equity, all right, plus some equity. She then pays it off immediately with that $225,000. But that money remains hers in liquidity. So if she needs any money back, she gets it. And whatever she has in the bank counts against her mortgage balance. So if she has $25,000 left, that counts against it. The whole point is this. You only pay for what's out on your home, but you have the money available. It's called the asset manager, only from Affordable Interest Mortgage, AImortgage.net, or call them. Of course, they have conventional loans, FHA, as well, 720-895-0500. That's 720-895-0500.
So I'm walking through Home Depot, of all places, yesterday. I'm trying to find one of these Coolio sunshades to put around our hot tub when the sun's up in that right direction. But I digress. As I'm searching this big box store, I happened to walk through the carpet and the flooring, and this young couple was arguing over a sample of carpet. They thought, or the woman thought, it would look good with their paint, and the man was like, no, that it's too close to it. And I'm sitting there going, how hard would it be to shop a sample in a big box store compared to simplyfloorsinc.com bringing everything to you? So I happened to tell them, I said, why don't you go check out simplyfloorsinc.com? They'll bring all the samples right to your house. On top of that, you're going to save money over the big box stores. I mean, it's a win-win. If you want to go to their showroom, fine, go to their showroom. But there's no purpose in it. Yes, they do have a showroom, and I'm talking about simplyfloorsinc.com, but they'll bring everything to you. You get to see that new flooring with your furniture, your paint, your everything. You set the appointment at simplyfloorsinc.com. I can't say anymore. Save money and make it easy. Simplyfloorsinc.com. Now, talking about saving money, I talk about Matt at Paragon Services all the time. And the best thing I can tell you about it is when my homeowner's insurance told me I didn't have any damage, Matt went to my house. He looked and said, well, you've got plenty of damage here. Let me get involved. He called my homeowner's insurance and basically flash forward to now, guess what? $70,000. Matt got me $70,000 when originally it was zip, 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 zero. Simple as that. If you have any problems with your homeowner's insurance, either they didn't pay you enough or they denied it. That's what these guys are hired to do. So if you've dealt with either of those, call Matt. Even if the claim is 2 years old, he can reopen that claim without creating a new claim and get you more money. I can't put it any other way. 719-726-0020, 719-726-0020.
Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Say hello to simple you can savor. Velo dissolvable nicotine lozenges are smoke-free and hassle-free and made to enjoy virtually anywhere. Why? Because they dissolve, but the flavor doesn't. So go ahead and enjoy on your time and on your terms. Velo lozenges are available at a convenience store near you or at Velo.com. Get yours now. Website restricted to age 21 plus nicotine consumers. Nicotine products. Underage sale prohibited.
Oh my goodness, all this paperwork.
Is your favorite part of running a business accounting and payroll?
Not even close.
It's complicated and time-consuming, right?
Yeah, and I'm never sure it's exactly right, you know?
Yes, we know. So, here at Paychex,
You remember when fucking people were spraying down their Amazon packages, all the bullshit we were going through?
Oh man, they were showing that the other. They were showing Dr. Who's the guy? Like Gunta, something like that on CNN. Ganaiva.
Yes, what about it? Yeah.
Well, Fox was showing him coming back from a grocery store, spraying and wiping down every product and leaving it in the garage for 12 hours and bringing it into the house. And he was suggesting everybody did that back in whatever May. Yeah, they were like, geez, what the hell's his name? You know what I'm talking about? Grupa, Godiva, I don't know.
Why some companies have built such a solid quality brand while
I mean,
struggle with their quality.
These assholes. Well, they scared the shit. Remember, Trump was president then and all this shit.
I know, we were all scared.
No one knew shit, man.
Here's what we were saying. Well, let's flatten the curve. Here's what I was afraid of. In the very beginning, Mark, I was so scared shitless, I thought, God, if I get to the hospital and they don't have a ventilator,
you're fucking dead.
You know, I was thinking of that. Like, I'm old, and what if I need a ventilator? And what if I get to the hospital and I don't have one?
I don't even think they treated with ventilators.
No, that was the wrong way to treat it. They were doing more harm than good.
Pat CM said, we love weekends.
That's the other thing.
Company has been able to
I'll tell you where
the treatment of this caused a lot of the deaths too.
Where it really turned, thank goodness, when my dad got it. Remember, he's fucking 77, 78.
Our caring cultures.
They had the therapeutics down. Whatever they put him on, man, he was in and out of the hospital in 4 days. I swear, if he went in March or April, he probably would have been dead. They probably would have put him in on a ventilator, and he probably would have fucking died. I mean, that's 6 months difference.
Benefits of IVs at your door, Rocky Mountain. Mountain IV medics, hydration, immunosupport, migraine.
He got really unlucky because he had breathing issues before COVID. He doesn't have COPD. He has no diagnosis. He's never smoked. I mean, he smoked when he was in the Navy for a couple of years, but 70 years ago, or 60 or whatever it was.
For the 12K a day giveaway. Listen to the keyword.
But it's crazy, man.
KL.com for your chance to win $1,000. Sponsored by Guy Reese.
Brighten your home and save 10%.
All right, gentlemen, you're back on in about 10 seconds.
Iris Loyalty Program. Stop by a store or go to GUIRY.
What does his brother have to do with this?
Today, Guy Reese, your neighborhood pizza store since 1899.
No idea.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303
713 Talk 303-713-8255. So, B, you have a choice to make. Do you pay off your low interest loan on your house or not? I think one of the best choices would be to pay it off and leave it open. Then you have the best of both worlds. I'm interested to hear what Joe has to say, because really, again, there are people that would vehemently oppose investing that money, trying to make more money. And then, when you can pay off your house. There are others who would say, yeah, let's do it. Mark, I don't know where you stand on investing since you do a lot of your own trading. Would you ever do that with a low interest loan?
What do you mean?
Pay off your house, or excuse me, not pay off your house and use the money instead to invest. Or let's put it this way.
I don't know.
If your house was paid off, would you feel comfortable taking out a 2.9% loan on a line of credit and investing it?
I don't think I would personally do that.
Okay. Now, Joe Chiano, I want to ask you, if somebody came to you and said, Joe, I can pay off my house, or I can use the money, or they had a paid off house, and they wanted to take out clearly a guarantee loan less than they'll make, do you think the spread is worth doing that? I personally would feel uncomfortable doing it. I don't know how you would feel, Joe.
Well, Tom, that's a good idea. I mean, to me, I believe that we have the best answer on the way, because
what is it?
If she puts the money into the Become the Banker life insurance policy,
yeah,
she will keep the money in the policy without losing it. And then she would borrow against the policy to pay off the home. And then basically, if she wanted to, she can pay herself back. I mean...
Oh, wait a minute.
She becomes her own mortgage holder.
Yeah, she makes...
Yeah, absolutely.
But she would have to pay a much higher payment in order to pay what the insurance company is charging, plus shelter more money. She might be at an age where she doesn't care about sheltering more money, but that's not a bad idea. Let me ask her how old she is.
Okay, sure.
B, how old are you?
I'm going to be 54 in a couple months, but my husband is just turned 63. That's what I wanted to tell you.
Now, by the way, when you do one of these, and again, I'm not recommending it. I'm not recommending against it. I'm totally neutral on this because everybody's got to make up their own mind. But I want to know something, Joe. No matter what you say, she gets to keep the money, but truly there is a cost of insurance, and we always seem. And I don't mean you mislead people. You don't. But there is a cost of insurance to this. I mean, it's not just you keep every dime of it.
Right. And it's actually the cost of insurance that's only for the first few years. But the key is...
But there is a cost of insurance.
Oh, there is. But the whole idea is...
So how much is the cost? If she put $225 in there, how much is going toward insurance the first year?
Well, that's what we need to probably calculate, Tom.
Okay.
Based on her age.
But approximately, what would a healthy individual in their 50s pay toward the actual insurance?
I would say like maybe 25 to 30%. The first year.
What do you mean 25 to 30? What does that mean?
Yeah, whatever the premium is, whatever she's putting into the policy, the first year there will be like a 20 to 25% cost of insurance, and the balance will go to the cash value account.
Okay, so that's pretty hefty the first year. So if you put in, theoretically, $100,000, 70 of it's earning interest for you, and 30 of it went toward the cost of insurance?
It just depends how we can structure the policy, Tom. We can do like a 2-payment policy where the cost of insurance is relatively small, like maybe not even 10%. Okay, and she only pays 2 payments, but she would have access to her money free and clear to be able to pay off the mortgage, but her money doesn't leave her policy. That is the key. Her money remains on the policy, earning the 4%.
I get it. So the whole amount earns, even the amount paying for insurance is earning. Yes. Okay.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah, you have to.
That sounds that I would really want to find out more about that.
Yeah, but there's also another thing.
Because
that's go ahead. Because what, B? Keep going.
Because I want to make a little bit more money because I'm getting closer to retirement.
Okay.
And I want something that's a guarantee.
Good.
I know.
Now, you're looking for income. There are other options. Okay? There are lump sums you can do in annuities. Now, before people poo-hoo this, annuities used to be a bad word because they were high-end, high-cost, high front-end loaded, and a lot of scumbags doing it. I'm not talking about that kind of annuity. Deputy Doc himself, who is a pretty smart guy, pretty savvy, made good money as a doctor, he chose to buy an annuity that is now making him his income. And you know what? He said he's happy he did it. There are annuities that can be guaranteed, as Joe calls it, a guaranteed pension for life, right? And that's not the become the banker. There are different plans. But just be careful, remember. And of course with Joe, he's not going to recommend something that's bad for you, but he is going to recommend what he believes, okay? And which is if he wouldn't be on the referral list if it was bad. But that doesn't necessarily mean, B, that you want it. So what I want you to do is just explore different options.
Joe, what's that annuity you have that gives that 10% bonus? That seemed pretty attractive.
Yes.
Absolutely, Mark. It's called a indexed annuity. And it's the foundation of the pension plan that we have. It offers a client like B it's not 10%, Mark. It's 9% bonus.
Okay.
So she will get an immediate bump on her deposit of 9%. Think about that.
And when do you click on the income part of it?
She can click on it depending on the age, but she's like in the 54. She's at the perfect age.
Or her husband's 60. I mean,
so normally this is what I call to maximize the growth. It's like a 10-year plan,
right?
Basically.
But then you have income.
Just like Deputy Duck, and I like the way that he says it, that he bought income. And that's what people really want today. They want to turn an asset like a home that is really just a home, basically, into an income-producing asset.
Now, hold on a sec. I got to take a break. You can always contact these guys at Become the Banker at 303-779-6600. More coming up. I just want to make clear that Pete...
Now, Impact.
All right. There are really good products nowadays because people want cash.
From the Bedford Sports Traffic Center,
the funders want cash, and they can make money, and they're these annuities.
Colfax, that's just been cleared out of the way. All lanes are back open. Still residual backups to I-70, so those delays will remain for a bit, but it should start to improve on the front end of that stretch. Just one other crash off highway at Chambers and Hampton. Police are on the scene, best to avoid the area. And watch out for slow speed still on westbound 270, heavy either side of Vasquez. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, going to be mostly cloudy the rest of today with a high of 44. Right now it's mostly cloudy, and 39. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How. If you're tired of the bias in the media...
about 10 seconds to okay, Nick.
Fastest growing podcast in America, the Ben Ferguson Podcast. Download the Ben Ferguson Podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts right now.
All right, K&H Home Solutions has a special that I love in honor of their 65 years in business. Now, they started out K&H Windows with Henry Seligman, the owner. He passed it on to Ted Rowland. I was there when that happened. I knew the original owner as well. And they became K&H Home Solutions because they expanded from windows to other things as well, like siding and gutters and roofing and doors. So here's what they're doing in honor of the anniversary. $650 off every window they sell. That's right, $650 off. And this is on a soft light window, which is the government's Energy Star winner 7 years straight. Also, Everlast Siding, $6,500 off your siding purchase. That's incredible. And $1,650 off Provia entry doors, only from K&H Home Solutions. You got to love these guys. Now, some minimums apply. Call for details, of course. And it's 303-421-7100, or make an appointment for your own home, khwindows.com. You don't have to have the appointment this month, but you have to at least call to set it up, and then you'll get these savings in honor of their 65th anniversary. That's khwindows.com, 303-421-7100.
Hi, Dan Cicchini with Dunright. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and need a replacement windows and doors. Spring and home show season is the best time to get your new look going in your home. Unfortunately, nearly every home show in the state for this time of year has been canceled. What about that, Todd? Well, Dad, let's bring the home shows to them. Right in your home, we'll lay out our tried and true methods and products, actual cabinet style and color selections, our countertop options, all of the updated looks to get that shower replaced, and an awesome digitally interactive window and door design process. And we'll bring the show savings right to you also. Folks, when you book your full project now for select install dates, you'll enjoy our traditional 8% home show savings. Call and check us out. Whether it's a kitchen, bath, some counters or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, Dad, as always, you have our word will treat you right. At 303-722-2290, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans, and if one of your goals in 2021 is to move into a different home because of the time you spent in your home during 2020, Ideal Home Loans can help. And here's the great news. Thanks to record low interest rates, your buying power is stronger than ever. Ideal Home Loans can walk you through the whole process and make it fast, simple, and easy. Talk to one of our salary-based lending specialists today at 303-867-7000. Be sure to ask about our 3-week closing guarantee, where we will underwrite and approve your loan ahead of time so that you can go out in this competitive market and make an offer that's like making an offer with cash. Gone are the days of getting caught up in the bidding war. At Ideal Home Loans, you don't have to. And if you need help with a real estate agent, we can refer you to one that we trust who can walk you through the whole process. Call today at 303-867-7000, or you can apply online, idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender, regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
I absolutely love my dog, but the constant shedding, not so much. But then I got a Swiffer Sweeper Pet Kit, and it is amazing. These super thick cloths pick up a crazy amount of hair. Just look at all that. And that's from just one swipe. And the best part? Sweeper's so much easier to maneuver than a broom or a vacuum, easily getting around chairs and under the couch. You're right. Now I can focus on you, not your shedding. Swiffer Sweeper Pet Kit. Because shed happens.
Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year, automatically, dollar for dollar, with no limit on how much you can earn. Extra cash? Come on, how amazing is that? In fact, it's even more amazing when you realize all the places where Discover is accepted. 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. So when it comes to Discover, get used to hearing yes more often. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2021 Nielsen Report. Limitations apply.
The pandemic has taken its toll on business. Maybe you've closed your doors, thought about it. Job in jeopardy, bills unpaid, all symptoms for which there's no vaccination. But you can get relief, tax relief, from Larson Tax Relief. Hello, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. My friends Ron and Jack Larson and their team of tax experts can help you emerge from this slow recovery with the best possible tax consequences, way better than you can do on your own. The IRS has not forgiven tax debt or overlooked non-filing. The good news, Larson Tax Relief specializes in emergency and long-term tax relief. They guarantee you will be satisfied with the care and services provided. And they're headquartered right here in Colorado. Call now for a free consultation. 844-LARSON-TAX. 844-LA.
All right, guys, back on about 5 seconds.
LarsonTaxRelief.com. 844-LARSON-TAX.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. B, quickly, you have another question about a will. What's going on, B?
I do. We don't have a will, and we've been looking at revocable trust and irrevocable trust and getting a will set up. And we've heard so many different things about it, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, and that's why you need a pro, and it won't cost you a dime to find out right this minute, actually. Mile High Estate Planning, he means it when he says to call him, and he doesn't charge you. You can ask questions. 833-ASK-BLAKE. That's Attorney Blake Harris. Now, let me just say something, B. Usually a trust is for protection while you're alive if it's irrevocable, and it's also to avoid probate if you have a lot of stuff you want to not just have to be transferred, but just seamlessly goes through death to your heirs who are part of the trust. If it's revocable, you don't get protection from creditors or lawsuits, but it is still an avoidance for your probate. So it really depends on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to protect things from lawsuits, creditors, and vultures?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So you have a lot of money and a lot of assets that you're afraid people might sue to get.
Yes.
Okay.
And like if medical, if something comes up and medical, we don't want liens.
You're right. You're absolutely right. There are trusts specifically to help you guys get long-term care and all the benefits without dipping into your estate. So you need to call Blake Harris. They're very detailed. You have an asset protection trust for long-term care. You have an asset protection trust from lawsuits. You have some very severe protection, meaning really, really good that no one can penetrate, that they set up. That is, some of these trusts are even offshore. None of these trusts are illegal or unethical. They're all following law. You have also other mechanisms to do this. You have to know what you want, and he can help you structure it. It's Mile High Estate Planning. It's 833-ASK-BLAKE. You can trust him. Now, we have some email questions as well. Rod wants to talk about a major hotel chain, and he's going to comment on the hotel call. Rod, please hang on. Kevin also lost title, and the dealership closed. That is very important, so please hang on. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. And for more information on that Become the Banker, remember, becomethebanker.org. More coming up.
If you've ever sold a home, you know it's a hassle. From the prep work to the open houses, not to mention the surprise showings. What if I told you there was a stress-free way to buy and sell a home? Well, go to Orchard.com. Their Move First service helps you buy, then list your old home once you're all moved out. That means you'll never have to deal with showings, open houses, double moves, or double mortgages. And to make sure you get the best possible price, Orchard can also handle making repairs or updates, so your home is list ready. Joe, a recent Orchard client, said, "With Orchard, we got our new home for $10,000 less and got asking price on our old one. Highly recommend." Cabot, another client, said, "We didn't have to carry 2 mortgages, didn't have to rush to move, and most importantly, we beat out 7 other offers for our new home." Go to Orchard.com now, enter your address, and get started with a free valuation. It's that easy. That's Orchard.com. Again, Orchard.com.
ARFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free
iHeartRadio app, #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
ABC News, I'm Will Reeve. Police in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota say the officer who fatally shot a black man during a traffic stop intended to use a taser, not a handgun.
Wait,
Officials
they
call
said
the
hurt
shooting an
before, now they're
accidental
saying
discharge. Brooklyn Center Mayor Mike Elliott.
We will get to the bottom of this. We will do all that is within our power to make sure that justice is done for Dante Wright.
Police say they tried to take 20-year-old Dante Wright into custody after learning that he had outstanding warrants. When he got back into his vehicle, an officer shot him. Meanwhile, the judge in the George Floyd murder case has refused a defense request to sequester the jury after the traffic stop death. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin in Israel meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The meeting comes on the heels of an attack that damaged Iran's underground Natanz nuclear facility. The country's foreign ministry spokesman is
got to give this guy credit. He got away, man.
This is
How the
ABC
hell did he
News.
get away?
French winemakers are facing what could be the worst frost in decades, threatening to ruin this year's harvest.
The French government looking into an emergency rescue package that helped winemakers around the country after several nights of freezing temperatures damaged both crops and vines. Vineyards from Bordeaux to Burgundy to Champagne possibly dealing with the worst frost in decades.
They're bailing
During a
out the
recent
wine
visit to the
companies.
Loire
It's
Valley,
fucking
France's
weird.
agriculture minister said
Well,
it was,
the
quote,
Troubleshooter
an episode of extreme violence which has caused extremely significant damage, end quote. Inez Delicatera, ABC
Yeah,
News,
I knew it was that
Paris.
simple to get over.
Microsoft is in talks to acquire Nuance Communications, an artificial intelligence firm, for $16 billion. The move coming as Microsoft expands its healthcare tech services. Microsoft may use Nuance's speech recognition technology to help free doctors from note-taking and better predict the needs of patients. Nuance's speech recognition technology helped develop Siri for Apple. Will Reeve, ABC News.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture.
Microsoft now owns the software that created Siri.
Makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Granger offers supplies and solutions for every industry,
Siri
as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facility safe and your people safer. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
I think they said the guy that owns the company
Panera favorites are hot and ready to serve for dinner.
But I know
the company developed it.
Served in a crispy bread.
Microsoft just bought it.
Or the classic
They want the
bacon
speech
turkey combo,
recognition for health
featuring our signature
health
sauce.
services.
How about our new mouth-watering Chipotle chicken and bacon flatbread pizza? These and other favorites are waiting for you. Order dinner tonight for delivery or pickup. Only at Panera. Availability and pricing may vary. KHAL News Time, 103.
More than 2 million people in Colorado have at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. State officials updated numbers over the weekend. More than 1.2 million residents in the state are fully vaccinated. That's about 22% of the population. The Colorado Department of Transportation is trying a new tactic to encourage Coloradans not to drive after getting high. CDOT has partnered with the Marijuana Industry Group to distribute masks to workers at dispensaries around the state. The masks bear the slogan, "I'll be blunt, don't drive high." Please continue to remind everyone about driving safely, especially on I-25.
The intersections along the interstate are consistently in our top 5 crash locations.
Lieutenant Shannon Sugg says Colorado's population boom means more vehicles are on the road. So far, traffic fatalities are down compared to this time last year. Rockies were swept by the Giants yesterday. The Avalanche beat Anaheim, and the Nuggets' win streak ended against Boston. That's the latest. I'm Chuck Clark.
Now, Impact Traffic.
CDC, Michigan needs to close.
From the Bedford Sports Traffic Center,
Michigan
an accident on southbound I-25 at Colfax has
They
been
having a
cleared.
lot of
Still some residual slowing on that stretch, though, between I-70 and Spear.
So is Colorado.
Southbound I-25 between 6th and Colfax.
We have a lot of cases, Mark?
After that. Seeing the
Oh,
triple
shit.
volume slowing
Still?
on 270 in both
Why don't you hear on the news anymore all the new
City,
cases?
but the rest
Yesterday there were 1,935 new cases.
31 pinpoint weather.
But you don't hear that on the
Cloudy
news
this
anymore, like
afternoon,
when
a
Trump
high
was
in the low
on.
50s.
You heard it every
Cool
fucking
off to
hour.
about 30 overnight tonight.
Every hour,
Then
all the
tomorrow
new
for your
cases.
Tuesday, overcast with a rain snow mix and a high right around 50. It's 42 right now in Denver. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Jenny Moreau, 630 KHAL. Express Employment Professionals.
They're saying in Colorado, they shut down that whole vaccination site. They're saying that freaked a lot of fucking people out.
You can't beat Express's incredible local support. Visit expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Discover one of the CIA's illicit Cold War initiatives on the iHeartRadio original podcast, Operation Midnight Climax, an undercover brothel dosing unwitting Americans with LSD, a mind control experiment gone horribly wrong. Back in the 50s, the government wouldn't let you watch Elvis Presley shake his hips on TV, but the same government,
the CDC, encourages people to drink water and eat something salty like potato chips before getting your vaccine.
You know, if you have a website, you can get a free analysis of how it looks online to someone who loads it, what the images do, how you show up in search engines, and it's all free at getboundfast.com. They want you to be their client. They know what they're doing when it comes to website presence and when it comes to websites and making them Google friendly. This is a real deal. We use them. You should too. You know, there are so many people that lie in this space. Go to someone that we found to be genuine, accurate, and works. GetFoundFast.com. It's Ross Kaminsky. Mornings at 6.
All right, guys, 10 seconds. You're back in.
Or if there's more famous than his birthday, April 13th. But we're going to talk about our third president on his birthday with Dr. Tom Cranwitter at 8:05 a.m. Tuesday morning here on 630 KPOW.
Double masking.
It's the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's going on in your life and how can we help you? That's the question I ask every day.
And I hope I can help you. This hour brought to you by SaferNet.com. Don't forget, SaferNet will protect your cell phone. I run it all the time, or your tablet, or your computer for just a couple bucks a month. You get 44 days free. There's no reason not to do this. Free. Just put Tom in the promo code. SaferNet.com. Go there. Download the app. Install it. It runs in the background. It actually speeds up your traffic because it's cutting down on your processor, fighting off attacks. SaferNet.com. And it's for real. Let's talk. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, we've been talking about problems, questions, and complaints. One of them was a guy who went to Hotels.com, and right after pressing submit, he noticed he put the wrong date in. He was trying just to change the date. He doesn't want to cancel. He's even willing to pay more money or a change fee. And these people at Hotels.com said the property is unwilling to do it. And he called the property directly. And they just refuse to do it. It just sounds stupid to me. Rod says he works for a major hotel chain and has a comment. What is your comment, Rod?
Hey, hi, Tom. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hey, I just thought I would give you kind of, you and your listeners, kind of a little information about how third-party reservations work through the hotel.
All right.
Let's say we sell, I'll just give you the basics here first, that we sell a room to Hotels.com, and we sell it for, and I'll just do a basic number to make this easy math. Let's say we sell it to them for $75. They would then turn around and sell that for $100. So they make 33% profit.
All right.
So that's kind of how that part of it works. So when I go to Hotels.com and I want to purchase that room for $100, my contract is through Hotels.com, not through the hotel.
Right, that's
and
right.
Here's where and so here's where the issue comes where, well, the hotel won't change. When we sell these blocks of rooms to these third-party companies like Hotels.com or Priceline or Expedia, we do it based on what our availability is for that particular time, whether it's for the week or for the day or whatever. And let's say 1 week we might have 20 rooms that we make available to these companies. The next week we might only have 5 because our reservation our occupancy went from a low number to a really high number. So we don't have the rooms to be able to make those transfers or make those exchanges or change days. Because we may not have that. So when he says that hotels.com won't do the refund, he's got to make that through hotels.com. They're the ones that have to approve.
That's exactly what I said.
Listen,
I mean, his deal is with hotels.com, not with this third party.
We all know that, okay? We all know that. That's
Correct.
not a big secret. Here's the deal.
Correct.
He knew that. That's why he went to hotels, and they told him, unless he is lying or they're lying, the message we got is that hotels.com tried to go to the hotel to make that adjustment because hotels.com had some other rooms, and so did the hotel, and the hotel wouldn't do it. They said, call the property directly. So according to him again, let's just assume he's telling the truth, he calls the property. Here's what he says to the property. Not only am I willing to if you can change it for me, I will pay your full boat rate on that room. Your full boat rate if you simply change it. And they won't do it. So I don't see, to me, and Hotels says to him, if you can get it done, fine, we'll let you out of it. That's what they said. But they won't do it.
Right. So in that
okay,
case,
if you have both parties cooperating, both parties are supposedly communicating, why would the hotel clerk simply say no?
Right. And he would have to go through management, that sort of thing, to do that.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
But here's what here's the thing. If he's willing to pay the full boat, then in addition to whatever this is, well, then just go in and make a new reservation through the hotel chain, through their reservation department, or directly through the hotel, and then he doesn't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, but he's not because hotels.com will not give a refund. They will make an adjustment, but they will not give a refund. So if he makes an additional reservation, now he's paying a full boat for the room plus the hotels.com rate. Hotels.com is very clear they're not going to do a refund. They would do an adjustment. They won't do a refund. And he would pay whatever difference there is for the adjustment.
Yeah, and I don't know what that adjustment is and that sort of thing. Who knows? But that has to be directly through hotels.com.
Rod, you were trying to paint the picture. Are you trying to paint the picture that everybody's doing the right thing? Because that's impossible if hotels.com says, if you can make an adjustment, then we'll apply the money and we will, and you can pay the difference. But they're not doing it at the hotel. And then I don't know why hotels.com.
They may not have the rooms available. They may not have the rooms available.
They did have availability. They did have availability. He was even willing to shift that to accommodate them, but they had availability. Again, Rod, I tried racking my brains as to why the hotel would not do it, and I come up with no good reason. Okay? Well, we can still try. I don't know why. If it's obvious, why do we have to rack our brains on why people are being unreasonable? I have no idea. Can they do it? Yeah, they can, because his contract is with hotels.com. So everyone is covered. But is it reasonable? I don't think it is. It's a frickin' adjustment. He doesn't want his money back. Hotels.com gets to keep it. And then he'll even pay whatever extra charge there is. So I just don't get it. Kevin, what's going on with you, Kevin? Welcome to the show. What's happening?
Oh, hey, Tom. I've been listening to you since Father John.
Oh, my gosh. That was very long ago. So what is happening?
Well, I'm calling for a friend of mine who bought a motorcycle last summer, and the dealership he bought it from went out of business. And they got paid through Belco, and I understand how it works is the dealership sends the title to the DMV to get it titled in Belco's name. And
the dealership could not have gotten paid without an envelope draft, and it's not called an envelope draft anymore, but in essence, without submitting the title first. So how did they even get paid if they didn't submit the title?
I'm sure they did that. Somehow, I'm not sure if it was the Belco mailed the title or who mailed it, but
it was lost.
And the DMV said there was a little bit of tax short, and they mailed the title. I don't know if it was Belco or the DMV, but anyways, they mailed the title back to this dealership.
Oh, I see.
And now they don't know where the title is. And my friend, in the meantime, he can't ride the bike because they won't give him a plate.
I'm sure it's not the first time it happened. So why doesn't he just apply for a lost title? He just has to do an affidavit. If they can't search it, there's no lien.
He still owes $14,000 on the bike.
Says who?
Belco.
Okay. Then Belco should have just as much a vested interest at getting the title than he does.
Yeah, I would think, but
otherwise he parks it. Otherwise he parks it over at Belco and says, "Here, you can have it because as far as I'm concerned, I don't have a title. You don't have a title. I don't owe you the money."
He says, "I don't want this anymore." And they said, "Well, we'll just sell it at auction, and whatever we get for it, you're going to have to pay."
They can't sell it at auction. They don't own it.
They don't have a title.
That's right. That's right. In fact, they can't even repossess it. In fact, he can stop paying and say to them, "You don't have security on this." Now, he still has a loan, though. He still signed a loan.
Yeah.
But they should be the ones worrying about this, not him.
That's what I think, and they're passing the buck on to him.
Well, how could they possibly? He never even had the title to begin with. They can't pass it on to him. Somebody at Belco is a moron, and they don't know how to handle it. It's their problem. It's a security and a loan. They don't have the security agreement, okay? They were supposed to get the title in-house, okay? What they did is wrong, all right? Now, somebody at Belco needs to be told this. It's their problem.
Yeah, and I called this lady at Belco, and she just made it sound like, well, we're just going to sell the bike, and he's going to keep owing. And,
you know what? That's a bunch of crap. You talked to a moron at Belco. You didn't talk to anyone who knows what they're talking about. No manager would ever say that. The fact that they don't have title is their problem because they're the ones who are supposed to hold title. They're holding title right now. It's with a lien on it in his name. So they should be very concerned about it. You just didn't get to the right person. And why are you calling for your friend anyway? Or are you the one?
I'm calling for my friend because I don't think he's real clear at his understanding of what's going on.
Okay. Well, we are. Here's what happens, okay? Here's what happens. You go to a dealer. You buy the bike, and they arrange for a loan. The lender directly pays. Directly. The dealer. That dealer sends the title work to that lender. Or or a copy of whatever to show it's being processed. The state sent it back to the lender, okay? It was lost. The one who's at fault here is no one, of course, but the one who should be concerned since the dealer's out of business, the only one caught holding the bag is Belco. They just don't want to go through the trouble of doing a bonded title, but it's their problem, okay? So I don't care what they say, it's their problem. And if you can't convince them of that, we can, because it's impossible to be the consumer's problem. The consumer never, ever had the money. The consumer never, ever had the title. So my question is, Belco morons, how can it be his problem? Because he wasn't even part of the transaction for title. That's between the lender and the dealer and motor vehicle department. Even if the consumer wanted to take responsibility, the consumer can't take responsibility. So, Suzanne, can we give this to somebody to at least tell the Belco morons the chain of title? Thank you.
Sorry about that. 30 seconds, Grand Liquidators, Colorado Pain Care, and Affordable Interest.
It's someone who understands. There's an art to listening. Who's able to hear more than what's being said and can provide tailored small business solutions that make you feel truly heard.
I understand. Let's get started.
For advice on everything from laptops to the cloud and solutions powered by Intel View.
9 seconds. Granted Liquidators, Colorado Paying Care, affordable interest.
Dell.
Granite Liquidators is the place you should go to buy granite, marble, quartzite, slabs. No matter who you have do your countertops, no matter what contractor you will ultimately pick, get your stone, get your name on it, pay wholesale prices. That's what they do, wholesale to the public. They will put your name on that slab and they will store it there. That's where your contractor or fabricator will go to do it. And if they tell you, no, we can't use theirs, of course they can. So, Granite Liquidators, 5075 Tabor Street in Wheat Ridge. Make an appointment, 303-835-9745. Everything you needed to get started right there. They'll tell you how to do it, and all you do is up that yard and find a beautiful slab. You're not choosing from these itsy-bitsy tiny little tiles. You're getting to put the whole slab in your eyesight. 303-835-9745, graniteliquidators.com. By now, you know that I am indebted to Colorado Pain Care for getting so many people out of chronic pain. Yes, chronic and acute pain. It is not normal. An ache and pain every now and then, but you don't have to live with it, and Colorado Pain Care is dedicated. They have dedicated staff of docs and physical therapists, all to help you get out of pain using all of the modern new high-tech methods that are evidence-based and proven results. Also, of course, they can do it with any insurance that you have. 833-GOT-PAIN. Okay, here's some other good news, and that is you can get the Asset Manager mortgage right now, what you should have right now. With these uncertain times, you can pay your house down as much as you want and still have the money available in a line of credit. It's called the Asset Manager. So if you think you have enough money to pay off your house, right, pay it off if you want with the Asset Manager loan. When you pay it off, that money's still available to you if you need it. It's the best of both worlds. You can buy up and down. You can borrow when you need it, put it back when you don't need it. You can keep money in that account that counts against your average daily balance. Find out more. AIMortgage.net, the Asset Manager. They also have, of course, conventional and VA loans, as well as any loan that you need, like FHA. 720-895-0500, 720-895-0500. AIM Mortgage, that's affordable interest mortgage, home of the Asset Manager.
Hi, Dan Cicchini with Dunright. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. Spring and home show.
Jesus, whenever I mix water and Coke, I become a fucking fountain.
Every home show in the state for this
little boy peeing fountain.
What about that, Todd? Well, Dad, let's bring the home shows to them. Right in your home, we'll lay out our tried and true methods and products, actual cabinet style and color selections, our countertop options, all of the updated looks to get that shower replaced, and an awesome digitally interactive window and door design process. And we'll bring the show savings right to you also. Folks, when you book your full project now for select install dates, you'll enjoy our traditional 8% home show savings. Call and check us out. Whether it's a kitchen, bath, some counters or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, Dad, as always, you have our word will treat you right at Dunbar. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
If you are looking for an affordable vehicle or you just want to trade your car in, make sure to check out the Sharpest Rides in Englewood. Their lot is full of cars, SUVs, trucks, luxury rides, you name it. What you're looking for, you'll find at the Sharpest Rides. Whether you have good credit or bad credit, they're there for you. Check out the Sharpest Rides in Englewood today.
It was a year and a half ago that Denver store manager Lisa first noticed something was wrong with her gums. They were always sore and just didn't feel right. Lisa made an appointment with a regular dentist who urged her to see a periodontist.
So I did, and the news wasn't good. I had gum disease.
And if I didn't do something about it soon, I could actually start losing my teeth.
Lisa had heard about the so-called cut-and-stitch surgery for gum disease, and she wanted no part of it. So when she found Dr. Deanna Snitzer and her Lanap laser procedure online, she called and set up a no-charge consultation.
I was nervous at first, but Dr. Snitzer put me at ease right away. She explained the laser procedure in detail, and I felt very comfortable with her skills. She's super nice and also very professional. The procedure itself was just as painless as she said it would be. Now my whole mouth feels great, and Dr. Snitzer is my
Dr. Snitzer can help you too. Call 303-989-6500 for your free consultation. That's 303-989-6500 or visit lasergum.info.
You don't need a referral to get physical therapy at Colorado Pain Care. See world-class doctorate-level therapists. They even show you self-help techniques. Get this. If they see underlying problems, you're right there at Colorado Pain Care, the best pain clinic anywhere. Yes, you can book physical therapy directly. Maybe that's all you need. Find out today. Get your life back. 303-GOT-PAIN. Isn't it time you got relief? 303-GOT-PAIN. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino for ColoradoPainCare.com.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
Breathe out and repeat after me. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
You know, this mask is so damn good. Is she there? It even opens my phone up. Seriously, the Face ID. No, I'm just kidding. That would really help too.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com.
Generally cloudy skies today, the high 52, but starting tomorrow, a rain and snow mix by day and some snow at night. I'm Fox 31 with my weather meteorologist, Brooks Garner.
Express Professionals matches people with the right skills with the right jobs, from the production floor to front office.
10 seconds, gentlemen. You're back in.
You're back in.
Beat Express's incredible local support. Visit expresspros.com to find a location near you.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, now, Steve's got an issue with a chiropractor. Whatever you have, we have open lines. We have a half hour to go, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Steve, what's going on with you, sir?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I just, I got a bill from a chiropractor, and we originally signed up, well, me and my wife, I actually signed up before my wife did for initial treatment, and I paid $2,400 for like 36 visits. We were supposed to have, and actually my wife came in the middle of that because they said, yeah, she can come in as long as you pay this amount.
So it's $2,400, and it's for a certain number of visits. How many?
36.
And it doesn't matter who uses them.
Well, that's what I signed up for. I was on my.
But when your wife came in, did he add another $2,400 to it? Because that's what it sounds like to me.
No.
Okay, he said she can get in on it, and they're basically that's no deal, by the way. I mean, I don't even know what you're doing. Bright Light Chiropractic has a way. This is like $66 an adjustment. That's a lot of money.
Exactly.
So why did you do it?
I was hesitant to do it, but I did. But then, like I say, I didn't give my insurance card at first. And then midway through, when my wife came in, we were talking about it, and he says, yeah, give us your insurance card, and we'll bill your insurance, and she can come in, and, we'll adjust her as well. And so this is in 2018. And so we did that, and at the end of it, we're supposed to get a re-exam, with x-rays and go over, where we're at, and a maintenance program from there. So that never happened. We'd asked them about it. They said, okay, yeah, we need to do it next week, and then next week, and next week. Nothing never happened. And anyways, long story short, we kept going. My wife didn't go as much as I did.
Wait, after hold on. What do you mean you kept going? After the $2,400 was used up?
Well, see, that's just it. We never knew exactly where we stood with anything because no price was ever.
So then something happened recently. What happened?
They finally caught it, and they said, "Oh, we need to do your reevaluation and X-rays, and get you set up on a maintenance plan." And so they came in on the next visit, and then they said, "Here's what we're proposing. We're proposing to dismiss all this past stuff."
To dismiss what? You didn't tell me what was passed. How much of the 2,400 did you use?
Well, I used all of it because that was in 2018. So I went through 2019, 2020, and here at the beginning of 2021, they want to build. They want us to sign up for $300 a month or $3,000 for a year and dismiss the previous visit.
Okay, let me ask you something. Hold on. Let's take it one at a time. You burned up the 2,400 in 2018. Is that right?
For 36 visits originally.
I get it. I get it. What after that? How many times did you go in 2019 and 2020? It should be listed. Every single adjustment should be on some kind of invoice.
Right. But see, we never got an invoice. We never got.
Yeah,
billed.
but you do now. That's really your problem. Okay, you could have said, "I'm not coming in until I get an invoice," and you would have gotten an invoice. In 2000, you can't just blindly keep going. Who did you think was paying for it?
The insurance?
Well, okay, you can't make that assumption, bro. You can't. Okay. So how many times did you go in? Listen, this is what I need to know. I need to be crystal clear. After the 2,400, how many visits did you do? Both of you. How many total?
Like I say, there was 52 in 2019 and, 36 last year.
Okay, so 52 plus 36. Okay? So now, hold on. And that's both you and your wife, right?
No. That was just me.
Okay, did your wife do any?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what her.
Well, okay, but yours were 88, okay, and at his past rate, that would have been $5,800. Okay, so how much is he saying is due right now?
$4,800.
Okay, for just you or for both you and your wife?
For both of us.
Okay.
He dismissed 2018 and 2019.
Well, why did he dismiss 2018? You already paid for 2018 with $2,400.
Yeah, but that was in June when I signed up for it, and that initial treatment was supposed to be.
Did you get pressured into signing that $300 a month?
They kind of put it at us and said, "This is what."
I'm asking you, Steve. Steve, I'm asking you if you agreed to it or not. Yes or no?
No.
So you don't have any signature or any contract at all.
No.
That obligates you. So right now you owe $4,800 for both of you.
Right.
Okay. So that's not totally unreasonable based on his own rate that you accepted in the past. So what is the question right now? I don't know. So hold on. I got an idea. Now I need to know what you want me to do.
Okay. He was disconnected by mistake. Yeah. I don't know if you have his number, but shit.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com.
Oh yeah, got you. All right.
The highway drive around the metro area in good shape. I-25 moving at or near posted speeds through town. I-70 problem-free as well, just seeing a little bit of the usual volume slowing on westbound 270 through Commerce City, but the highway drive pretty quiet overall. Off-freeway, there's a serious accident at 49th and Washington, and northbound Chambers is closed between 6th and 7th for road work. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly to mostly cloudy this afternoon. We'll cool off to about 30 overnight tonight. Overcast tomorrow for your Tuesday with a rain-snow mix and a high right around 50. It's 44 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Jimmy LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Expression.
About 10 seconds.
I will do when I come back.
The right job, from the production floor to the front office.
Frank Duran's and doors coming up in Las Vegas.
This is incredible local support. Visit expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. Don't forget that Frank Duran will do a free market valuation of your home, and all you have to do is call for it. And it's based on real market experience and hundreds of sales. So it'll be pretty damn accurate as far as selling your home. And there's no obligation. 303-920-1622. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. And of course, if you want to list a property to sell, of course you call Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. All right, what do you do for floor coverings? I'll tell you what I do. I sit at home, and then I let Simply Floors Inc. come to me. They have all the latest floor coverings, any kind you need. And they have the best prices around, plus the best installers. I love the way Buddy and Karen do business. They pass their profits on to the consumer, plus hire better installers. SimplyFloorsInc.com, that's INC. That's where you make your own appointment. That's SimplyFloorsInc.com. Hold on, I got one. All right, let's talk about something that's very important, and that is a reverse loan. If you're looking for a reverse loan, look no further than Silverleaf Mortgage. These are people I know and trust. Silverleaf Mortgage, 720-REVERSE. They even have a nonprofit that will help fix up your house to get it ready for an appraisal if you have deferred maintenance. They do it on a low interest basis or a no interest basis or as a grant, depending on your need. Silverleaf Mortgage for your reverse loan, 720-REVERSE. Okay.
Buy and build kitchen and bath now, 560 South Lapan. You go west on Alameda from I
didn't know they had you again immediately after someone live.
560 South Lapan, a big, beautiful warehouse. It used to be big and ugly. Remember that one? Buy and build kitchen and bath, totally different, including installation now with their services. I took advantage of it. It was a beautiful job. You'll save tons of money on your kitchens and baths, counters and cabinets. 303-295-6022, buyandbuild.net. Hey there, homeowners. Are you experiencing pipe leaks? Is your water bill unexpectedly high? Or are you suffering from low water pressure? These are signs of widespread pipe failure due to old, corroded, and shoddy pipes. Rerouting a pipe or other Band-Aid fixes are not the answer. Only a whole house repipe with brand new high-quality patch or copper will permanently solve the problem. Repipe Specialists. No more leaks and great water pressure. They've been doing this for over 25 years, serving over 40,000 happy customers. Repipe in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. So say goodbye to leaks once and for all. Enjoy a pipe leak-free home and eliminate the risk of potential water damage. Call us today for your free in-home estimate. We'll even take 20% off our already low price and receive 0% interest when you call today. 720-573-0086. 720-573-0086. That's 720-573-0086.
The state government option will give politicians greater control over your health care, threatening the coverage you already have and increasing costs. Tell politicians we cannot afford their state government option at coloradoshealthcarefuture.org.
If you're missing one or more teeth, there's simply no better solution in most cases than a dental implant. They're incredibly durable and look exactly like real teeth. Aspenwood Dental and the Colorado Dental Implant Center can help you with the best in dental implant care. If you're looking a little like a hockey player from the movies who's missing a tooth, and it not as funny as the movie when you can't eat everything you want or have a smile in family photos, please get in touch with Aspenwood Dental and have an absolutely free consultation with Drs. Yaros, Augustine, Zeppelin, or Son and let them explain to you how dental implants work and why they're such a great solution. I don't know any group with the implant experience of Aspenwood Dental, which is why my wife is right now in their care for an implant, and you know I only trust my wife's care to the best. Please set up your free consultation at aspenwooddental.com. That's aspenwooddental.com, or just call them 303-751-3321, 303-751-3321. That's Aspenwood Dental.
All the benefits of IV, Your Door, Rocky Mountain IV Medics, hydration, immunosupport, migraines, general wellness. Call or text 720-987-2155, Rocky Mountain IV Medics, 720-987-2155.
Hi, I'm host Robin Roberts, and on a new podcast from iHeartRadio, COVID-19, Immunity in Our Community, We'll hear from Americans on the front lines and the doctors and medical experts who convince them and their loved ones to roll up their sleeves and get vaccinated. Listen to COVID-19 Immunity in Our Community on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. We can do this.
You want someone you can trust in the auto repair business. Sheridan Auto Tech is just that place. In fact, there are two of them in Lakewood, on Colfax, just west of Bosworth, and in Aurora, on Havana, just south of 6th Avenue. Sheridan Auto Tech, you can trust them. 303-455-7242. What else? Not only do you trust them, but you can know they have the experience and the knowledge to take care of it. I call him Uncle Kevin because he's so dependable. SheridanAutoTech.com, 303-455-7242.
Linda Biden have a strategy to confront China, and she said, we're not in a hurry. But maybe it's when others check from China clear. Let's talk about it in 2 weeks.
Tom Martino here.
By the way, Fix It 24/7 just called me and said they're going to offer for 20 people today because it's in between, not hot, not cold. They'll do a complete air conditioning checkout, clean, and basically they take it apart to the extent they can. They clean, dissolve all solids. They make it like a refurbishment for $19. That's an incredible price. I mean, this could be hundreds of dollars. They're there about 2 hours doing this thing, complete through your entire AC system for just $19, but only 20 people. That's 720-526-3939. All right, just 20 people. It's no bull. It's the best checkout and clean you'll ever get. It's a real deal. It's not just looking at it. It's truly going in and taking care of it and checking for any leaks to make sure your AC is in perfect shape with a no breakdown guarantee. That's 720-526-3939, just $19. That's unheard of, okay? And that's trip charge, that's everything, all in, $19. 720-526-3939. All right, Steve, sorry, you were disconnected. Thank goodness you're back. Okay, so here's what I have so far. You went to the chiropractor. By the way, I don't think this chiropractor is a great guy, and I can see why you were confused, but part of it's your problem. Part of it is. In 2018, you got 36 visits for $2,400. Then you continued to go, and basically you racked up a bill. What I'd like to know is, this bill that you racked up, $4,800. He said he would. Is this what you owe now in a lump sum? And it doesn't include the future, right?
No.
All right. No. Did he apply any? Did your insurance pay anything toward this bill?
Yeah. On my wife's, they quit billing my insurance back in 2019 because I guess I'd met the limit. And then they changed hands at the front desk. So that's, I think, where we fell through the cracks. But they were saying that they'd accept, that they would wash, our past visits.
The $4,800. They would wash the $4,800 if you agreed to what?
To $300 a month or $3,000 for a year going forward.
For how long?
And I said,
for how long?
See, that's just it. They didn't say.
Well, that's ridiculous. I mean, you know what? I would do it for a year if they wanted that because you owe $4,800 anyway. But you know what? Right. I'd really love to see a breakdown of your account because I wonder how much money they got from insurance. I caught a chiropractor one time. Listen to this. Their walk-in fee. At the time, their walk-in fee was $30. They billed insurance $60, and you paid a copay of $30. So whether you had insurance or not, you were paying the same exact amount. I swear to God, you were paying $30 if you were a cash patient with no insurance, or you were paying a $30 copay if you had insurance. So I didn't know this, and I went for several visits. It turns out my insurance turned down the claim. They came to me to try to get the money that was owed to them from insurance. And I said to them, what, are you kidding me? I paid you exactly the same as if I was a cash patient, exactly the same, and now you want me to pay you what my insurance didn't pay you. They were doubling it. I'm wondering if this clown, you should find out exactly what your insurance is paid. I would ask for a detailed account, because it sounds to me like these people are very loose with their bookkeeping. And if I were you, though, so before I agree to anything else, but they say you have a past due of $4,800. I want to know each and every visit, and I want to know if insurance paid any of it. So they should give you a complete accounting before you do anything. If it turns out that it's legit and you do owe, and they're willing to accept a 1 year going forward of $300. Now, is that $300 each, or is that $300 for you?
A month. That's $300 a month for both of us.
That's a total of $300. And what do you get for that?
We told them we were done.
And okay. What would you get for that $300?
Basically once a week.
All right, listen.
Go in.
Here's what I would do. I would have nothing to do with them again. And here's another thing I would do. I would not pay the $4,800 until they give me a complete detailed account of both my wife and myself, along with what insurance paid. Because I have a feeling they don't want to do that, and that's why they were so willing to erase this thing. I think that they're just as sloppy as can be. What's the name of this chiropractic sham? What's the name of it?
Well, I don't want to, throw them under the bus, but
why?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't like the way they do business. I'm not saying he's a bad chiropractor. I don't like the way he does business, and I think people should know. I think if you think about it, I would like you to tell Suzanne. And you know what? I just don't like the way they do business. It just sucks. Gives a bad name to them.
Now, in 1 minute, O'Brien, Century.
In Sports Traffic Center, I-25 pretty wide open on the drive through the metro area right now. I-70 looking good as well. Just a little bit of the usual volume flowing on westbound 270 through Commerce City. Off freeway, there's a serious accident at 49th and Washington. That's a good area to avoid. And also a crash on eastbound Arapahoe at Peoria, backing things up there. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly mostly cloudy this afternoon. Will cool off to about 30 overnight.
Any of those 60s? Is O'Brien is 60?
Yeah, O'Brien's a 60. I put him in trying to put him in the thing.
I got it. Don't worry about it.
630 KL.
Express Employment Professionals. Next. From the production floor to the front office. To find the right person for your job, you can't beat Express's incredible local support. Visit expresspros.com to find a location near you.
All right, listen, you heard Become the Banker, Joe Chiano, his son Jordan. They have webinars coming up. To find out about the webinar, to find out about a guaranteed pension for life, or Become the Banker, where you overfund life insurance as a means of investment, tax-free investment, tax-free growth, go to becomethebanker.org. It's really a legit plan, especially if they have that new thing, their annuity, where you can buy income. Becomethebanker.org or 303-779-6600. All right, let's talk about an expert you hear on this show all the time, and there's a reason you hear him, because he deals in real estate law. O'Brien Legal Services. What if you have a property line dispute, an easement, a lien, a quiet title action? What about adverse possession? Or you just want someone to review closing docs? What especially is important, if you're buying a house with someone you're not married to and you need a partnership agreement, don't ever just buy a house and think you're going to work it out. Please get a partnership agreement and hold the deed the right way so your estate benefits. Not that it all goes to another person willy-nilly. You got to have it in writing. Also, what if you want to sell a place and you want to finance it for the buyer in order to have income? That has to be structured a very specific way. Or if you're buying from a seller who wants to finance, always O'Brien Legal Services, OLSlaw.com, 370-7388. 720-370-7388. So where did Mark and Suzanne go this weekend? They went in their motorhome. They love their motorhome, and they bought their motorhome from Century RV. Do you think they got a good deal? Yeah. In fact, they can sell it for near what they bought it for. That's how in demand RVs are. And right now, you get the best pricing right now on new and used RVs anywhere in the country at Century RV, depending on their models that they carry, of course, okay? And they have the top-selling Cougars and more. So go to CentryRV.com, CUNTURY, CENTURY, CentryRV.com, 303-453-1111. Got it.
Baseball is back, and a limited number of tickets are available for their second home stand. Be it Coors Field, see Trevor Short, Charlie Brookman, Rydell Tapia, and the Rockies take on the Mets. Astros in April 16th through the 25th. Go to Rockies.com/tickets today. This is Brent Iverson of Ideal Home Loans. If one of your goals in 2021 is to move into a different home because of the time you spent in your home during 2020, Ideal Home Loans can help. And here's the good deal. Thanks to record low interest rates, your buying power is stronger than ever. Ideal Home Loans can watch your...
Hey, did you get that agreement back from, who is it? Hold on, let me look. Hold on, let me look. Yeah. Hold on, let me look at this. I want to make sure that's the right one I'm looking at. Oh no, this one's Gold Rush, I see. Did you get the Gold Rush one back yet?
Sports gambling legal, but pretty good. Money line, spreads. How do I just bet on my team? How do I win money? Fast Book covers all that, and we have a good time doing it. Sports gambling can be a blast. Do you know what's better than gambling money?
Okay.
Winning money. Download for free on your iHeartRadio app or FastBook.com. The Capital One Quick Silver Card is
I'll call you back.
no need for a whole song and dance. Don't be sad. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash.
Did you get that? Did you get the agreement I signed?
What?
Did you get the agreement I signed?
Genesis, yes.
Did you sign it?
Wait.
Because I never got it back.
Okay. Mark, I thought that you had done it. I thought that just another one of the many copies. I'm sorry. I just lost the flow there. I'm sorry. I can do it again.
Yeah, you should be able to pull it up and do it. I just want to make sure I get it back.
Like atrial fibrillation, it can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online.
So it would have been the most recent one, right? Right.
And Pfizer.
Yeah.
The Good Assassin, Hunting the Butcher podcast is part spy thriller, part detective story. Best-selling author and journalist Stephen Salty tells the pulse-pounding tale of an undercover operation to track down a Nazi killer.
A part of history that seems so bizarre to me that it couldn't have been real. But in 1964...
View document? That's all I have is view it. Now I viewed it. So what is it? It just wanted me to view it. That's all it said is view. All right. Hold on. Let me see the other one you sent me.
Here's your chance to win $1,000. Listen at 5 past the hour for the $12K a day giveaway. Listen to the keyword and enter it on our website, KOW.com, for your chance to win $1,000.
Let me see what that one says. This one says document viewed. There's no Mark. All I got was to view the document.
All right. Let me just know when we can go through it.
IRYS.com to sign up today. Your neighborhood.
I don't think we've ever tested it all the way through. Something always.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Deputy Smarty Pants mentioned something since he was a practicing chiropractor for years. He said if you go to your EOB, explanation of benefits, your own insurance will keep a record of what they've paid to that doctor. So you can go through that and see if it corresponds with what he has and to make sure he's not overcharging. Suzanne?
And by the way, Smarty Marty's taken that case on.
Good. Oh, that's great. Okay.
Now, let's talk to Gabe. Gabe, what's going on with you?
Hey, how you doing, Gabe? Tom, sorry.
What's
hey,
happening?
We bought a car at Smith Cadillac over here on 70 Saturday.
Yes.
My wife doesn't like the car. It's a brand new car, Blazer, Chevy Blazer. And she called today to take it back. They said, I'm Colorado.
That's right. That's right. Unless they give it to you, unless they give you the right voluntarily. But Gabe, did you guys assume you had 3 days?
Right, she did.
Oh, no.
I thought that was the deal here. I must be confused.
No, there's no 3-day right to rescind built into a car deal at all.
Oh, my God, if there was, I'd just buy a car, drive it to Vegas, bring it back each weekend.
Yeah. Gabe, there's no 3-day right to rescind unless the dealer offers it to you. Also, unless it's in some rare cases, if you met a dealer somewhere off premises, and it just gets complicated. But to make a long story short, you don't have 3 days to change your mind on any contract except door-to-door sales and health clubs and
what about buying a home?
And timeshares. No, in buying a home, believe it or not, you don't have a lot of people believe you have 3 days to change your mind. You don't. You have 3 days to reject. You have 3 days to reject the loan. So you don't have to take the loan. When they fund it, you have 3 days. But technically, they can still hold you to the contract to buy the house, right? I mean, unless that's negotiated in there. But, yeah, so that's a very common misconception about 3-day right to rescind. Gabe, that's too bad, man. I'm really serious. That's too bad. That's a serious problem.
She didn't like the headlights.
Really? That was it? Hey, Norma. What's going on, Norma?
Hi, I just had a question. I was wondering if you happen to have somebody on your referral list that would be handy with woodwork, and that would be as far as like I wanted like an entertainment center.
Oh, you mean built-ins? Yes, we have a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Most of our home improvement people do woodworking. Or you can go to our cabinet people. But for example, I don't. Here's the problem. I don't know if they'll take on the project, for example, if they have a lot of big projects going on. But I know that Christie's, for example, they can do built-ins, and let's see, Genesis can do built-ins. Who else? AAA, they all do. All of our home improvement contractors can do built-ins and improve a room. The problem is we don't have just a woodworker who does that, I don't think, Mark, do we? That specializes in that kind of finishing carpentry?
Not just that.
That would be a good thing to have. But they might have referrals for you because they're good people.
And that was Christie's
listen, Christie's Remodeling, look on the referral list, Christie's with a C. Also, look for GenesisTotalExteriors.com because he deals with finishing carpenters. And then you can try AAA Home Improvements on the referral list. All right, we're short of time, so I really appreciate everyone calling. Don't forget, we do this every day, and you can call at any time. All right, at any time, 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Save all your problems for me.
Mark, that popcorn smells effing nasty out there. It doesn't even smell normal. Something pops it from the popcorn. No, I don't know. You'll have to tell me. It doesn't smell normal, so I don't even know. It's just really strong. I don't even know it's popcorn because I see people eating popcorn.
Double masking. I'll double mask it.